Come on. Happy New Year, people. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Yo, draws everywhere, man. No 3-point collectors this week, guys. What are we saying?
Well, that's got to be the first time. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I'll take the 1-point collectors. That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
1 point for them. I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
Oh, what it could have been. But we move.
We move indeed. I'm joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
Boop. Listen, man, it wasn't a good week. But we move on, man. We go. Accrington Stanley, you a day.
Hey.
Exactly.
Hey. And I'm joined by generous David, an Arsenal fan.
I think I need to return to my chain snatching ways. Me being an optimistic Arsenal fan, it's not working out this season. I had to hold one. I'm here telling Oscar, hold that. My team let me down, bro.
Yeah, hold that, man. Hold that.
Team.
I don't know why you have this energy for Chelsea anyway.
Yeah.
You're talking to me.
Mate, he's been attacking everyone as of recent.
Yeah. I need
in the group chat when Chelsea draw, only for your team to draw.
I need to return to my chain snatching ways from last season, bro. It's not working out for me.
Yeah, man. At least you know it's not working.
Yeah, it's not working.
Chain snatching ways. Boys and girls, big up everyone that's in the comment section as well. We're going to get to your comments very, very shortly. But first, what is your highlight of the week? Or surprise of the week? I'll kick it off. What is Portugal doing wearing Puma from now on? What are they doing?
What?
That's not a highlight.
Portugal.
That's a disaster.
It's a surprise. Let me tell you that right. And it is a disaster. You're absolutely right, Robert.
What, Portugal have signed with
They're with Puma now. So you know one thing that is to stop in football. You know, like certain brands and certain clubs just should fit and should stay there for life. There for life.
It's like Germany have gone to Nike. I'm like, why? Yeah, they've stopped doing Adidas. This is the last. I think it's the last year.
Their own German brand.
I know. I think they've gone to Nike. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crap. That's all crap.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Nat says it's a howler.
But yeah, that's my,
that's a howler, man.
That's my surprise of the week.
I can't lie to you. I don't have a highlight this weekend. It was
I might have to take off the board because you lot never have one. We're always thinking on the spot.
No. It was a chill.
It's been a trash week, bro. No one collecting points, bro.
Yeah. You didn't get what we wanted.
We are also live at the Molineux, where Wolverhampton Wanderers are taking on Nottingham Forest. Nuno Espirito Santo visiting his old ground. You know, teams in the top 4 should be watching this game with an eagle eye, as I'm sure they will be. But yeah, so that's just a FYI. So anybody who is watching the game, I've got it on the side over here as well.
Yeah, I'll put it on there as well.
I don't care for spoilers. So if there's a goal and there's some action, run that, cuz.
Is the weather bad in the UK?
It's horrific.
Today,
cold. Yeah,
people have been blown over. The rain is going sideways. It is hellacious on the mainland. I can tell you that right now.
It's not been great. It's not been great. I'm trying not to complain, but yeah. The weather has been weathering in January. Let's have it that way. Anything in the comment section, Oscar? We've got people commenting.
Nah, my bro, I could just talking about Nike. Nike feels weird being on Portugal now. And just a shout out to everybody with 300 subs.
Yeah,
301, I believe I checked last time. So big up everybody that's subscribed. If you ain't subscribed yet, make sure you do hit that button. Mirad says highlight of the week's getting back to school. Yeah, man, I was back in work today, so not much of a highlight. Just back to the grind. You know what I mean?
You can tell it's proper, like it's, you know what I mean? We're back to normal now, isn't it? Today was one of those days, man, where it was back to normal. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Legit. But back to normal means back to top 4 podcast, man.
It does indeed on a Monday night, 8 o'clock. But let's kick things off. What wasn't normal? It was what took place at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2. The game which had all the spoils. Quite a mixed review. Probably, I'm sure we'll have on today's show. AD, man, what
sorry to interrupt.
What now?
There's been a goal at the Money Hill. Morgan Gibbs White, 1-0, Nottingham Forest.
Oh, I guess his former club.
The Gibbs. Pete, sorry. Murad is asking. He says comments. No. I didn't read all the comments because I thought you're only asking for highlights. I didn't know.
I asked in the comment section. I literally changed the tab to the comment section, like you always.
But I thought you were just saying, did anyone have a highlight this week in the comment section? Because we
keeper. Are we going to discuss the keeper in this?
We can.
This hasn't happened for me yet.
I haven't seen it. You guys can discuss it.
The goalkeeper, bruv.
Yeah, the keeper should have saved it still.
What happened?
It was a joke.
Basically, it was 3-on-3. Gomes is making a run. 3 at the back, passes it to the right, passes back, but then he shoots at the keeper's near side, and the keeper could have easily dived quite quickly and get it, but it would have. The ball wasn't even going that fast.
If Sanchez dives the way Salah dived, you're fuming, bruv.
I haven't seen the goal.
Goalkeepers union here. I'm not having that. I'm not having the goalkeeper.
That's absolutely atrocious goalkeeping. Come
Gibbs
on.
White celebration going to the Wolves and doing that. Oh my god! I guess he left on bad terms then.
I think they just chat rubbish, shouldn't it? Them Midlands clubs, man, they don't stop. Mirad says, good morning to the greatest football podcast to air on a Monday night when daylight saving is taking a turn for the worst, 8 a.m. podcast. Shout out to Mirad because the podcast was actually set for 8 a.m. and we made a last minute.
I
think it's a board or something.
Yeah. Big up David. He says, big up top 4 podcast. Hope everyone had a blessed week. You got 54 on fantasy. How's everyone doing in the top 4 league? Hope it's a blessed week for everyone. I've given up on fantasy.
Top 5, mate.
You're in the top 5, David?
I normally mid-table. Yep. No, I'm towards the bottom still. But it's
I'm towards the bottom. I think I'm like 20th. How many people are in there?
35.
25. I swear I'm like 20th.
35.
Taha is smashing it, blood. 70 last week, 70 this week. Mate, he's been mad.
Big up Taha, man. Baraka said it might snow later in Atlanta this week. Shout out to everybody in Atlanta. Oh, Pete, one of my highlights in the week. Obviously, the Washington Commanders in the playoffs, baby. Let's get it.
I mean, they were already in there, weren't they?
I know, but beating the Cowboys.
Wait, the Washington Commanders. Is this their new name?
It's been their new name.
Come on, Robert.
You know I don't watch NFL. You don't watch NFL.
You did it. This is like the 4th year of the Commanders.
Then, if you don't watch NFL, you're banned from watching the halftime show, bro.
And you're banned from watching the Super Bowl.
I don't want to see you.
Listen, the Super Bowl. I'm already 1 hour ahead, so it will probably start at like 3 a.m. I ain't got time for that. I will be in my bed in the dreams. Speaking of halftime shows,
you're watching Raw tonight.
I believe the Champions League halftime show has officially been announced. So,
who is it? Who cares?
It's football related. I'm just letting you know.
No. My point is, this football is in the mud. This sport is so in the mud. Would you even got?
Oh, it's actually a good band. It's actually a very good band.
Who is it?
It's Linkin Park.
It's
a good band.
You could do one.
Stop it.
That's a good band.
Hey, stop it.
D1. It could be the original 4 of the Beatles for all I care. I don't give a damn.
Hey, put some respect on Linkin Park's name, bro.
There's no respect for any musician at a football game. I don't give a damn who you are. It could have been Michael Jackson. I am rinsing it.
From the 80s, by the way.
It's the Champions League final, guys. We got to reach broader markets. We got to reach.
Wait, is this halftime or intro. I mean, before
It says halftime show.
Nah.
Yeah,
It says
'cause
halftime.
in the end, it doesn't even matter, man. That's gonna be good. They ruined the Champions League anyway. Look at the format. You guys are pretending to enjoy it. It's crap.
I love it.
I hope a German team gets to the final because they will boo the artist out of the building, like they always do in every final they're at. They will boo them out of the building. So
yeah, let's hope so. Going back into the comments just before we get back into the actual football. Endo says Oscar don't like reading the comments. I actually do. I just don't like it when they break up the flow of the show. I want to make sure we're talking about the same thing all in succession. Endo says, who is watching WWE on Netflix? I think we're all going to tune in. So
I mean, I'm not watching it live tonight. It's just not going to happen. Not when it's at 1
Like
a.m.
I said, I'll have a little nap.
But the thing
Wake
is,
up.
the par is that Netflix won't let you download it tonight. So say like for the journey tomorrow morning to work, I could have easily watched that on the way in.
I swear
it's not available.
Lizzie
for like
Line and Co has now 4G on it.
yeah, but it's Cherry.
But I don't go to work on the Lizzie Line only.
Yeah, it's in and it's out. It's in and it's out. But anyway, it's good. It's better than what it was before for me anyway. Nat says
that's just not true. That's just not true.
We'll see. It dies and it resurrects, isn't it? But Endo wants us to talk about the best game of the weekend, Liverpool versus Manchester United. He said he's vexed because he feels Liverpool could have wrapped up the title. Guys, as a neutral, this was pure Barclays. What a game. What a flipping game.
What a game indeed. AD, man, why did Liverpool not win this game on Sunday?
I think ultimately we just weren't good enough. And I think for me, I wholeheartedly agree with Endo's point. I think, and I'm not sure if I'm premature on thinking this, but if I do have a question mark, if I do have a critique of this Liverpool side, it's having that killer instinct to punish Arsenal when they drop points. Our Arsenal sort of drew, I think they've drawn about 3 games in December to now. Liverpool have drawn 3 games in December to now. But obviously we find ourselves in a good position, but I just wonder, because ultimately, if we win today and we've got another game in the hands, but potentially 11 points clear, and I think that would have pretty much given us one hand in the league trophy. So definitely, I agree in that sense.
I think the only mistake Slot made in this game is taking Trent off, mate.
Huh?
Not taking him off earlier. Because he was having a stink up, like.
Yeah.
And usually he takes him off around 70, but you've left him on, and then you're up 2-1, and he's gone and given the ball away again. And they score. Actually, no, not the second one. The second one, he was out of position. I don't know where he wandered off to. Wolves, have you not scored? Oh my God.
You know what I found interesting about the Trent performance yesterday was that he seemed to not care about getting back. Like there was a couple of times where, he gets caught, he's obviously moving the ball forward, or there was a moment where he misplaced a pass and it went straight to a United player. You expect these things to happen sometimes, right? But when you've let your man go and the ball's gone in behind and you're not even sprinting back to try and claim it. There was one moment where Gakpo was filling in at right back instead of him. And I was just like, right, this is bad. Like, this is really bad.
There was a moment in the group chat, I tweeted, I told Adrian, yo, Trent is up today, bruv. He was against Liverpool this game, bruv. Bro, at some point he gave the ball away. Even Van Dijk looked at him like, bruv, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones. I think with this Trent situation, it was just an absolute horror show, and he does. And I like to sort of class him and Bruno as similar in the sense that they're almost glory and nothing kind of players. And I think when it's sort of wrong, when it's a bad day at the office, it looks horrific. It's just failed Hollywood ball. There's a lethargy. There's a downtrodden attitude almost. What I will say is, this is one game. So this is obviously, I think this is the first game since Real Madrid have bid for him. So I do wonder wherein is there speculation? Is this media circus around his future? Has that taken its toll on him potentially? Because Now, it's a bit knee-jerk of me to say this because last game against West Ham was fantastic. He scores a goal and nobody says anything, right? Whereas, so I do sort of want to have just have a look at him, have a look at his form. Is it like a bad day at the office, like we've seen, like away at Napoli, where he was horrific, or is this a sustained thing where he's not necessarily down tools? Because I think it's unfair to say, he's down tools, but certainly has he been affected by the noise? And quite frankly, bro, man's been getting death threats, man. I've seen like funny, was it CGIs of him in a bed with Michael Owen and Steve McManaman. So, obviously players look at these things. So I do wonder from now to the end of the season. Whereas you see like someone like Mo Salah, where there's sort of speculation on his name. He said, right, if this is my last 6 months at Liverpool, I'm going to win the league. Let's just see how this situation plays out. Is it a one-off bad game, or is it indicative of something deeper?
100%. Like, I mean, we've seen Trent have bad games like this before. Yeah, we always know that when it comes to the reason why he's considered world class or a top right back is not necessarily because his head is always in the game defensively, but this just seemed over the top. But my response to that would also be, you mentioned the stuff about Liverpool fans sending him death threats and they're treating him a certain way. And I'm thinking, has he done anything to deserve that? Like, I don't really get why Liverpool fans would be so mad at him.
I think it's a combination of various things. Obviously, he played absolutely diabolical yesterday, but because of the whole noise. What I'm saying is that it's a mixture of everything that Liverpool fans don't know what's going on with him. So you know how Salah has said, right, this might be my last 6 months, but I'm going to give it my all. We've not heard anything from Trent. Not heard anything from Van Dijk, but he still looks like he's giving his all. Whereas when you're not giving your all, you're hearing all the noise about Madrid. You're seeing that there's like bids given out and you're keeping quiet. The fans kind of want to know, like, where are you at? And I think that's the frustration. You say that. You might say it's crap, but I have people when I was talking to the game at WhatsApp, I have like genuine scousers. It's like they are genuinely annoyed because they're like, "What is on your head? What's on your mind?" And when it comes to the pitch,
that's not on. For example, this season, Trent has been really good for Liverpool.
Trent has been really good for Liverpool. But there's still
when Adrian's saying, "Oh, his head's in," his head must have been messed up this week because he's receiving death threats. Death threats?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with death threats, but I'm saying that there's a lot of fans that are.
I don't really agree with any of it.
Now hold on.
You might not agree with it, but I'm saying this is what's happening. This is genuinely what's happening.
They don't have a leg to stand on.
We had a similar situation at Arsenal. They were always going to pick one. One of them was always going to get hate. No matter who left. We had Sanchez, Ozil. Sanchez decided to dip in January. He's the one who we hated, and Ozil the one who stayed. It was bound to happen. Whether it's right or wrong, it was bound to happen. Just accept, move on, innit? If you stay, you stay. If you leave, it is what it is, innit? So Salah has made it known that he wants to. I think he wants to stay because he's the one who's talked the most. He's doing interviews left, right, center. Van Dijk, he's kept quiet, but he's still Van Dijk being Van Dijk. Trent, I don't know.
I think what's clear is that Van Dijk and Salah probably have their price, and they're like, "Hey, Liverpool, you offer me this, I'm staying." Whereas I think Trent genuinely wants to move on with his career and go play for Real Madrid.
And do you know what you do? And do you know what you do to save yourself all this hassle? Just say you're going. Just say you're done.
Because he can't do that.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Unless the offer comes in from unless he signs a deal with Madrid.
No, I'm not saying I'm going to Madrid. I'll be
saying that this is it. Yeah,
I'm leaving the club at the end of the season.
No, even that would derail the season, in my opinion. I think no, because he's at the peak of his powers. Win a title race. He's a Scouse lad, and he's going to go and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, guys, this is my last 6 months." I think if he says, I think something similar happened to Sadio Mane, where literally Sadio Mane just said, "I'll talk about my future after the Champions League final." So if I think Trent comes out and says something to the effect of, "I'll sort out my future after the season." Because I think ultimately by saying he leaves, that can have a knock-on effect, a negative effect also, where it's like, right, he has gone, and you see this conversation we're having now, every bad game he has in February, in March, in April, and May is going to be some sort of circus around it again, in my opinion, anyway.
And we know there's going to be a lot of those.
I genuinely think that I don't understand the narrative that Salah wants to stay provided he's given the money. Van Dijk probably similar situation, but Trent is not. Like, I don't get where that narrative has come from, unless it's a case of like, do you know what? The papers are reporting it because they're hearing it from agents, they're hearing it from sources, whatever. But what if like Liverpool have not got the money to suffice all three of them, and Liverpool are the ones who are saying, do you know what? Like, we've got to make a decision as to who we keep and who we don't keep. Like, the only, what's funny is we all know that if Trent doesn't sign a new deal and leaves in the summer, or even leaves in the January, we know where he's going. We don't know where Van Dijk would go. We don't know where Salah would be going. So like, it's not to say that they wouldn't get buys. Of course they would. They'll have a lot of takers, but the narrative blows my mind, because has Trent come out and said he doesn't want to play? Has Trent come out and said he
said nothing?
Looks
nothing.
Exactly. So as you can see, like before our very eyes. By the way, Thomas Tuchel's doing work, bro. He's been to about 20 grounds this weekend. But you know, we're watching before our very eyes a narrative that got created from August till now, that this is where all three of these players lie. And you know, Van Dijk is the only one that's kind of gone without a scratch, right? Whereas you know, we assume Liverpool just need to put the money for Salah. Like, I don't get where any of that comes from. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and the thing is, I do agree with AD, because if Trent was to say I'll leave in the summer, it will derail their title challenge, because everything you just said there, AD, in terms of, because I was with David in the beginning, but then when you mentioned the fact that he's a Scouse boy and he's got his mind, you know, set on going elsewhere, whilst there's a title race on, like, it's unacceptable. If there was no title race and it's like, lads, I'm going to give you my last 6 months so we can milk it, like what Klopp did, for example, in November, then it's like, it's kind of different. But the fact that they're in the midst of, like, you know, however many points there are in the lead of this title race, the fans will be very indifferent with Trent between now and the end of the season. If he came out with it that I'm leaving at the end.
Yeah.
And then look at it like this, right? Tottenham, Real Madrid have come out with a bid literally the other day. Literally the other day, they came out with a bid. So that shows me that not all is clear in the Trent camp either, because Madrid would not try and get him now. You know, just out of the fact that you know, in the middle of a season, why would they be? I know I think they got some issues at right back themselves. I think that's probably why they've gone.
Yeah, they do. But I think the bid's also quite low. Like, it wasn't high.
Yeah, it's mind games.
I think it's mind games. Yeah,
it was 20 million for a player with 6 months left on their contract.
You do well to get like over 30 million quid, but
yeah, I don't think it's that crazy.
You do.
Whoa.
I don't think it's crazy. I do believe it's mind games.
No, I'm gonna be real. That's a disingenuous bid. Like, Real Madrid have bid that knowing Liverpool in the title race. Trent is central to Liverpool doing anything this season. They're not going to sell him for 20 million quid in the title race. That seems to be, for me, the agent have got in their ear. All right, you just drop a bid for him, so that when he does leave for free, we can turn around and say, well, look, we bid for him. There was a chance for Liverpool to take money. They left the money on the table. Like, it's almost to sort of absolve themselves of any potential wrongdoings.
With everything considered, though, AD, right? All things considered, like title race, Trent being a right back, exceptional season, Madrid come in with 20 million, or they get him for free in the end if he doesn't sign a new deal with Liverpool. Does this benefit Liverpool to sell him now in January, or to let him go in the free in the summer, in your opinion?
The only way accepting such a bid benefits Liverpool is if the guy is down tools. I.e., let's just say hypothetically, if Sunday was indicative of the trend that we're going to get for the rest of the season, well, you can sell him for 2 million at that rate. But if it's a thing where it's now we're going to get a focused, hungry, determined Trent to leave on a high, then of course you don't even consider that 20 million is laughable. He could be the last 6 days of his deal. You know what I mean? Like for me, that sort of feels laughable.
So you just rather let him go for free? You think it's better for free than laughable for 20 million?
If we're getting a focused, informed Trent, 1,000%.
The Trent that we've had this season.
That 20 million. Okay, Peter, would you pick? Is a league title and potentially Champions League worth 20 million quid? Of course it is.
I mean, can you not win the league title without Trent for the rest of the season?
Why would you cut off your arm? But why would you cut off your arm to bench press 3 players?
Because
you might as well be
you got 20 million more, and you could probably put that towards Salah and Van Dijk.
Then you have Conor Bradley as well.
Yeah, but I mean, there's levels to it, though, isn't it? You know what I mean?
There is levels. You're right. There is levels. It's a tough one. Like Liverpool lose in both scenarios. Or the three scenarios. The other one is they give him a new contract and he signs the deal. Because there's that as well, by the way. I don't think for 1 second Trent wants to leave Liverpool. I don't think that for 1 second. Not for
I think he does.
What makes you does? That,
say it again, AD.
What makes you think he doesn't want to leave Liverpool?
Because a couple of things. He hasn't said it. He hasn't downed tools. He hasn't flirted with any other club. He hasn't done anything.
Can you not say he's not flirted with Madrid, though?
He's not flirting with anybody. We haven't seen him flirt. It's narrative that's talking about him, his links. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in his camp, not even his camp are talking. It's not like we're hearing Trent's agent, we're hearing Trent's brother, we're hearing Trent's dad.
So what should Trent do? What should Trent do in the short term?
Sign a new deal. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Listen, if you're
I'm asking you.
If you're Trent Alexander-Arnold, it's a no-brainer to sign a new deal at Liverpool. It's a no-brainer.
What? It's definitely not.
But why?
It's definitely not.
Because, for example, if he signs a new deal, right, it doesn't mean another club can still come in and bid for him. And if the bid is right, he goes to Real Madrid on 100 million.
That would be even worse, in my opinion.
It would not be worse because he signed the deal because he committed to Liverpool. Right. At the end of the day, he shows the commitment to Liverpool. He still leaves. He will leave as a Liverpool legend. If we're having a story where it's tug of war between now and May, yeah, AD will have to, has got better place to speak on this. But if it's tug of war between now and the end of the season, Trent does not leave necessarily as a legend. He will leave with a legend with a bit of a tarnish or a scratch on his back.
Why? That's so silly, though.
If he's tugging and warring with Real Madrid,
of course,
leaving your football club on a free, biggest disrespect.
It's not
for the club. It is.
It's not when you're an academy player.
Oh, of course it is. How many new deals has Trent had since he's been at the club?
I don't know.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah, ironically, and when was the first time we really caught a glimpse of Trent? Was it 18, 19, around that time?
I'm with Endo.
He can't have deals.
Endo's a Liverpool fan, and he says, "Look, Trent has won everything at Liverpool. He's at a good age. No one says no to Real Madrid. I don't mind if he goes. I wish him well." And that's how every Liverpool fan should be thinking.
I'm not saying they shouldn't wish him well, Oscar. Don't confuse the conversations here. I'm saying
no. I'm talking about the mindset of how you view the player. I don't think it should be you're less of a legend because you left on a free. He's a legend.
Like I said,
he won it all.
No, it's the point of the legacy. Of course, it does.
Let's hear Pete's point first. I just want to understand what he said.
All I'm saying is because guess what? Liverpool might turn around and say we don't want to sign you a new deal, right? So Trent's clear. So he doesn't. If he leaves on a free when Liverpool say they don't want to give him a new deal, he's not going to be left as a villain. What I said was if there's tug and war between now and May with Real Madrid and Trent Alexander-Arnold's party and him, then there's a problem.
Are you considering this? What we're experiencing right now? Are you considering that as tug of war?
No. Madrid have put a bid in and Liverpool said no.
What's tug of war then?
If Trent says he wants to leave, if Trent angles a move, if Trent
doesn't have to say anything, if his contract is running down.
If Trent is working behind the scenes to angle a move, different story. He's not doing that. He's not doing that.
This is the thing that people are not.
There's no the narrative is just being portrayed that he wants to go and he's trying to angle a move to Madrid. Nothing suggests it.
But he doesn't have to angle anything. So, for example, when this was the Gerrard situation, right? Gerrard handed in a transfer request to Liverpool saying, "I want to leave." Trent does not have to hand anything in. He doesn't have to. The only way this could look bad. Hold on, let me land. The only way this could look bad on Trent is if Liverpool Football Club say we have offered Trent X amount and he has turned it down.
So has that happened? No. So that's why That's why he can't be the villain right now. That's why he's not the villain right now. Exactly. So what I'm saying, because it's just media BS portraying us that Trent wants to go to Real Madrid. Oh, he's best friends with Bellingham. He's never met Bellingham until he went to the England camp. Do you get what I'm saying?
But they are batty and bench.
Yeah, whatever.
It's not nonsense.
It is nonsense.
Why is
at the end of the day, Trent would not be looking anywhere else had Liverpool offered him the deal maybe earlier, right? Because it seems like they haven't even offered him a deal, right? That's the irony of it all, right? None of these players seem to have been offered deals and been rejected deals or accepted a deal. And then Madrid, in their smart mind, are looking at the Trent situation and saying, hang on a minute, we can tap into this narrative and get involved. Just like anybody else can. Like Barcelona, I know, tongue in cheek. But yeah, people like that.
But every Liverpool fan should be mad at the club.
Yeah.
The fact they haven't prioritized at least one of these signatures, that's what you know what I'm saying. That's where the anger should be. The anger should not be with Trent. Like, but I don't.
All right, can we get to the game, please? I think.
Oh God. What was that question about Ashley Cole?
Nat said, "Pete, is Ashley Cole a Judas?"
The whole situation where I don't know if you saw it, where he was talking to Peter Crouch, saying,
I don't have time for the Peter Crouch podcast. It's the most unserious podcast there is. But go on.
Well, he basically said that Arsenal offered a deal, and then they took it away from him. And he felt that he's been disrespected by Arsenal.
See, he changes the story.
That's what he basically said.
You must crash his car.
He changes his story every single week.
How's that a different story?
What do you mean? When Arsenal offered him 55 grand a week, he crashed his car, right? He said he was going to crash his car.
The famous quote.
Mourinho got on the phone to Mourinho, and Mourinho tapped him when it was illegal to tap a player back then, by the way. So he'd already had a conversation with Mourinho. Arsenal offered him 5 grand or more a week than what he was originally on, and he was going to crash his car in 2004, 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
How is that a different story to what
Arsenal took away?
He's saying that he had an agreement in place with Arsenal.
Now he has an agreement.
The deal was
before. You never had that before.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first time I've heard him talk about it, and that's what he said.
The first time, Oscar, go type in Ashley Cole interview. There's about 4 of them. Go watch them all. Go watch them all.
That was 20 years ago. I don't need to go over that.
And yeah, who cares? He's a scum. It's the reason why I came here. So you didn't want to stay at Arsenal. Friggin' liar.
He wanted to play football and win trophies.
He wanted the money. Cashley friggin' Cole. We wanted the money.
Ref.
We got it.
These refs are trash, bruv. Guys, bro, there's a handball so bait, blood.
It's gone to VAR. Don't worry.
Humble to who? Where?
Basically, the Wolves player, they cross the ball, it's hit the Wolves player. It looks pretty unnatural, but the ball was going quite fast. Obviously, VAR is looking at it and seeing if he's going to make a decision. The referee has not called it yet, and the referee has blown it away. No pen.
Really?
Yeah, it's a corner kick now.
These refs are jokers, bruv. These lot are smoking budge, blood.
Nat says, first it was.
Oh my God! That's a scandalous decision.
I told you, the referee in this country is just.
It's a scandalous decision.
Well, we should have had a handball, but do
you know what? I'm certain. I'm certain of it, and they could sue me if they want. PGMOL. They have done something this weekend. Someone has put something on this weekend because 3 howlers in this weekend. Is it 3 or 4 howlers this weekend?
Well, we'll get through them. We'll discuss them one by one.
It's unbelievable.
Shall we talk about the game?
How is this not a penalty, bro?
How is it not a penalty? Even Ollie is saying he's moved his hand to the ball. Right. It's a scandal. It's a scandal. It's an absolute scandal. Oh my God.
All right, boys.
Oh my God. No, it's a cut the show. This is a ball. Did you watch it? Have you seen the handball, Oscar?
Yeah, I've seen it. His arm's down by his side, isn't it?
He's watched it. He's watched the ball come to his hand.
It's slow. We're watching it in slow motion. You're watching it in slow motion.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Oh, is that right? It was Oscar. When I said, oh God, that was in play. So never mind the replay.
It's
you know it's a scandal.
You don't want it given against you.
Oscar, you know it's a scandal, yeah? You know it's a scandal when the game has moved on and they're still replaying that incident. You know,
I think it's a tricky one though. I think it's a tricky one.
Tricky.
Shut up, man.
Tricky. Oscar,
his arm is down by his side. It's been blasted.
Was the lapse dive tricky? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Scandalous, bro.
Come
on, man.
What do you mean you didn't see it? What, they won against Chelsea, Oscar?
Yeah. Oh no, everybody saw that. That was a blatant dive.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, his arm is down by his side. You're saying he's watched it. It's come at fast speed. All he's blasted the ball, and ain't Nuri can't get his arm out of the way.
So now it's not. Now proximity doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, man,
what do you mean proximity? He's 4 yards away from him.
Robin, how did Manchester United get a point at Anfield?
Yeah,
bro. Bro, how did we? I agree with the manager's words. If I'm very honest, he literally he went on the lines of where have these players been?
Oh, he's made a mistake.
No. Hold on.
Made a mistake.
Whoa. Hold on.
Made a mistake there. With that
do you know what he said? Do you know what he said?
Robin, him and Bruno Fernandes are going to eat those words in the next month.
Let him finish. He basically said, this is what we've been trying to do and produce it on the big games and stuff and blah, blah, blah. But then he also said, but he knows the next game, it will most likely revert. So he said at the end that this is a deeper issue because if these players can do it on selective games, then why can't he do it throughout? That's what he started with. He started with, I'm annoyed because I've been doing this, and then sometimes it works that way.
What was his midfield yesterday?
What was his midfield?
He needs to have a look at himself. What was his midfield yesterday?
What was his midfield?
It was Ugarte and Kobe Manu.
Yeah, exactly. Not Casemiro and Ericsson.
Yeah.
Against Penali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Green Joe Linton. So he needs to have a hard look at himself, first of all. And saying even Bruno Fernandes crying, I don't know why we can't. Excuse you, Bruno. I'm gonna bring that interview up in about 3 weeks. Because I know.
No, we all know why, because he's a wild card. But I'm not gonna bring back the past because we do that all the time with Manchester United. I want to talk about specifically this game. And I do agree because we all sat here saying that Liverpool are gonna score 4. Yeah, 3-0, 4-0. I was hearing another 6-0. Everyone was dreading it. And I have to give credit where credit was due. We actually weren't bad. There was points in the games where we should have gone like 1-0 up in the first half. And I was generally shocked. What it was really is that sometimes when players, like when we have a plan and players actually stick to the plan, it can pay off, and that's what it felt like this week. He was saying that I've actually finally had time to train with these boys and all that stuff and try and put something against Liverpool. I genuinely think sometimes when it comes to this Man United team, if we look at the pattern, when it comes to big games, like we turn up, that's the pattern that's been going on. Even with Ten Hag, I would say that against City and against Arsenal as well, like at the start, we played quite well, then we just collapsed. Now we played City, now we played Liverpool away, and it's like, okay, I can see where he's coming from where he says selective players. Players, Bruno, when we said we criticized him, and rightfully so, because he was an absolute child when he got sent off, actually played like a solid captain in this game. This was probably Delos's best game I've ever seen in the Manchester United shirt. I don't know if that's credits to Trent being awful, but he played ridiculously well. Martinez, can't say anything about him. Kobe, good thing. Ugarte is slowly getting used to the Premier League, and I like that. I like now he's not as flamboyant or rash or trying to be like the main person in midfield. He's actually trying to control, bring the ball back, be that number 6.
Did Amarin have him? He did, okay.
Yeah, he did, yeah. And ultimately, it was a game where we looked tactically acceptable. We went 1-0 up, and Martinez got what a finish. I don't know
Phenomenal
who
finish.
he wanted to hurt, but he wanted to kill someone that day.
Well,
He wanted to. Yeah, he's got a baby coming.
New boy.
Yeah.
So he thought he had the kid in mind. The kid in mind. I'm racketing this at the top. Anyway. That was a phenomenal finish to beat Alisson. Like just looking at Alisson will just make you think twice and cross it. You know what I mean?
Guys, I just thought about it again. Trent Alexander-Arnold makes me sick.
No,
how did he have that kind of space?
He makes me sick, blood.
How did he have that kind of space?
Oscar, forget the space. Yeah, David, go on.
Pass. Did you see the pass? He just passing to nowhere, bro. He didn't look where he was passing to.
There's no urgency.
He was walking. When Martinez made that run. Was Martinez a striker, blood? Why is he peeling off, man? Flipping moron, blood.
But yeah, no, fantastic finish. But when we scored, I was like, oh my gosh, we scored. Like, all happy. But then I realized this is Manchester United, 2024, 25.
The lit, bro.
So I knew that. I was like, right, can we even hold on? 10 minutes, all it took. Credit to Cody Gakpo. Phenomenal run in the end. Sent De Ligt on the floor, sliding into the cop end. And a wonderful finish. Onana couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, he was one of the players that I would say that out of all the Manchester United players, he was the worst. Gave away, clear handball. Can't say anything about it. And then I was a bit disappointed in Onana because he could have saved that. He could have saved that.
That was a well hit pen, bro.
It was a good penalty as well.
A well hit pen. If you didn't hit it with the power, he would have saved it.
He would have saved it, but
he's a well hit pen.
He did hit the side netting, the inside side netting. That's for me is what I constitute as a top penalty.
I don't think he hit the side netting.
Yeah, he did. Literally corner to side. He literally hit the corner to side.
It went under Onana. I think because when Onana dived, Onana's thinking it's gonna go right to the post, so he's dived longer than where the ball went, but the ball went underneath him. So maybe it did curve that way. Actually, I didn't see where it ended up, but it wasn't in the corner of the goal. Yeah. But yeah,
there was something interesting about Salah's celebration after that, though, that I was a bit like, man, this is
bro. He's putting it to the board, blood. I'm sitting on your pitch, blood. Like, give me my money, bro.
Like, obviously, players are humble, but they've also got a bit of that, you know what I mean? And then that whole thing when he did it twice, like arms aloft, then he sat down and also arms aloft. And I was thinking, Jesus, this guy.
Did you see the picture he posted on Twitter today?
No.
He posted a picture of it was the free kick where he's standing over the free kick. Trent is next to him, and in the picture, Van Dijk is also in shot. So it's just the three of them: Salah, Trent, and Van Dijk. And
Salah is on smoke, blood. God. Salah is on smoke. You man, give me my money. I want to.
The thing is, though. Sorry to interrupt you. There's been a goal at the Molineux.
Talk to us.
And it's that boy, Chris Wood. It's 2-0.
My guy, Christopher Wood.
Hey, Peter, yeah. Do you know, I'm going to say something mad, bruv. I think we might have to sign my man still.
Who?
Hey, David, when I said Arsenal needed Chris Wood, they looked at me.
I'm not even going to lie to you,
bro. Like I was mad. David, they told me how much to
David,
brother.
You've lost the plot. I know you want a striker, and I know you want a
Well, I would like to say this is a great run by Callum Hudson-Odoi just to get in there and pass it back in to Chris Wood to get in. So,
David, what happened?
Remember my old saying, yeah? We need a striker. He can strike. Deal done, bro.
Hang on. He's been around in football for about 10 years.
And he's been
You tell me what years he's been top notch in that 10
2020, 2024, 2025.
Eating good.
Who's the right back at Wolves? Who's the right back at Wolves? Because when I tell you, Callum Hudson-Odoi made that boy eat grass, blood.
Doesn't that look like Benton Core, bro?
Happens to the best of them.
The old Tottenham player. He looks like he played come from Tottenham.
What's his name? Not Benton Core. The other one, the right Doherty.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Benton Core's still in the midfield suspended.
My bad.
But yeah, back to the game. It was just a weird one because it went 2-1 up, but I still felt like we can get another goal here. That's how I was just feeling. I was like, we could possibly play. And then
Trent was
lovely
the
assist from Bruno again, getting past Trent. Hits Ahmad, he slots it in nicely. And then, like I said at the start, I said what it could have been at the very, very end. Ugarte did the maddest of passes. I don't know where he saw that vision come from, but he finds Xerxes. And I mean, I have two minds about this, both negative, because I'm like, one, Xerxes should have shot.
It should only be one mind, but yeah, go on.
He should have shot. He should have shot. Xerxes should have shot. He should have shot.
There was a defender in front of him, man.
You know what? Yeah.
Number two, Maguire, calm down. Why did you decide to blast it over the bar?
He's not a striker.
Horrible.
He's not a striker.
It was behind him. It was behind him.
Why Xerxes passing is ridiculous. I agree with
What are
Robin.
you talking about?
This is a striker. Pete, you have an opportunity to get a last-minute winner at Anfield. You're a striker at Manchester United.
First of all, he's not a striker.
Burying that in the bottom.
It's a 9.5.
Like, you could have put on the pitch for Maguire, though. You could have put on the pitch for Maguire.
A waste of space. But what I'll say is, a waste of space. The thing is, yeah, two players are in a better position than you. You pass.
Okay.
Okay. What I will say, hang on.
How about pass on the floor?
Listen,
How about pass on the floor?
Oh, Oscar. It's a shocking pass.
That's a hospital ball.
Hospital ball? Was it a hospital
I will
ball?
say this. Had Garnacho opened his mouth and said mine or leave it,
He could have done that as well.
That ball that seemed bad by Joshua Xerxes is perfect for Garnacho because he's watching that all day long, and there's nothing
Garnacho can do in this situation. It's between Xerxes and Maguire.
Because Oscar, if I'm a left winger playing forward, and I see a number 5 in my penalty area in my kit, not the opposition kit, in my kit, get the flip out the way, get the heck out the way, okay?
It happened too quick. It happened too quick for any of that.
And also, I understand.
Garnacho was in his arms were in the air forever.
Yeah, he was begging for it.
So it wasn't too quick.
Yeah, but you can't say leave it. The ball's clearly gone to Maguire. It's clearly gone to him. You can't say leave it. Yeah,
But like I said, what could have been? What could have been? Ultimately, I'm actually very, very happy we got the point. But it's just that we could have got 3. We could have got 3.
Yeah.
And I think what it showed ultimately is that, right, 2 things. We can play sensible, whether we like it or not. Where is the consistency? Where's the mindset of the players? Because in my head, if you could do for the big games, if you could do this for the big games for the last couple, and I don't expect us to do well against Arsenal in the FA Cup, but then we've got Southampton. I just want some sort of continuity because we've done this against City where we won 2-1 and then we went through this horrific run. We've now drawn with Liverpool. Can we please, stop the leakage? Please, just stop it. That's all I'm asking.
I'll be honest with you because shout out to Shayon. We was in church yesterday, right? And I said to him, look, it could be possible that United get a draw in this game, right? And he was sort of like, nah, man, you're crazy. Like Liverpool all day long. Not a matter of what the score is, like how many goals will it be? And I was like, you know what though? But the thing with these games, we've seen, like you said, Robin, earlier, they were half decent against Arsenal. In fairness, in the league, they weren't great against Man City. But the fact that you can get a result, it still shows something about you, nonetheless, right? And I thought after the because one thing I'll give Amorim credit for is what he did in the Newcastle game during the first half. He just said, "Stop the flipping bleeding," because had you lost 4, 5, and 6 at home to Newcastle, I don't think these boys get themselves up again for Liverpool. I don't think they do. But the fact that they kind of shut down shop there. Newcastle was still the better side, but it was what it was. It was a 2-0 defeat as opposed to anything worse. I genuinely think United, when it comes to playing Liverpool, they always have especially at Anfield, I feel more so than anywhere else, that they have this. There is a bit of pride that kicks in where they're like, I don't care who's instructing me about what. Like, I can't get pammed again by Liverpool. They had that one time at Anfield, and it was like, no, we're not doing this again. I think last year you got 0-0. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Last year was 0-0.
No, and it was around. It was similar in the sense of we thought, oh boy, Liverpool are going to hurt him, because I think Liverpool hurt you at Old Trafford that season. So it was a case of like, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Normal service resumed, and that 0-0 kind of made me think, okay, United can decide to turn up if they want to. The consistency and the whole element of that thing, we know what it is, guys. Like United couldn't do this kind of football though every week, because they just don't have the bottle. They don't have the metal for this kind of football every week. And they don't have the mentality either. And unfortunately, correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, this is probably the lowest quality Man United side I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like ever. So you're kind of when you put all of that into a concoction, this is why Man United are mid-table. This is why they will get a result against Liverpool one week, and then Southampton, who knows? Southampton you should slap, but again, who knows? And I think, Southampton, I think you will be. But I think if a team is half decent, like even half decent, they cause Man United problems. And I'm pretty sure you will probably say the same thing. You pretty might. I bet you the performance against Arsenal on Sunday will be a much better performance than the rest of January. You know what I'm saying? Up there with Liverpool. It will be up there with like, and I think those will be your two like kind of highlighted games. I don't know if you've got any other big games this month. But like
Europa, but that's really it.
But Europa, you're kind of. Are you home and dry? Are you done?
Not home and dry yet. If we got Rangers next.
Oh, where?
I think at home.
Oh, lovely, jubbly.
If we beat Rangers, then we're top 8 home dry. So
yeah, United against the Rangers. Yeah, it's at Old Trafford. I'm looking. That's going to be spicy. That one.
So, Robin. So I just missed the last 5 minutes, but I just want to ask: are Adrian and I now allowed to demand things from Manchester United, or whenever we expect a good performance, are you going to say, you can't be surprised? Am I going to get referred to a video from 4 years ago where Ralph Ragnick told us what Manchester United surgery looks like?
You know what? I'm tired of that video, because I'm seeing it every week.
Can I just get a performance from these guys? Can Amorim cook something up for me every week, or is that too much to ask?
I'll be real with you. It's still a bit too much to ask. The reason why I'm saying that is because of the comments that we've actually said earlier. Like, this performance was a surprise. That's why I'm saying, can they, and what Peter said was correct, do they have the mentality to do this every week? I don't know. I have not seen it, so I can't say yes.
Hey, coaches coach.
Coaches do coach. And that's why I'm also saying, like, I'm hoping, like, the whole week-to-week thing of actually spending time with these players and all that stuff actually pays off. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? FA Cup, I'll be real. I'll be happy if we're out, because on my mind, I only got two things: Europa and a respectful finish in the league. That's the only two things right now.
So why can't the FA Cup run?
I don't think we have the team to do it. If I'm making sure, I don't think we have the team to do all three.
I think you lot got something for Arsenal, man. I think Arsenal ain't here for
no. Like I said, I don't think we have the team to be in all three competitions. That's just my opinion.
But let's count the league out. Like, I don't think the league is even a thing.
That's what I'm on.
I think you lot could really get cups if you really wanted to.
And my thing is, I wouldn't even count the league out, but Man United would.
Because they're not getting relegated. As much as we can laugh and say they're in a relegation battle, they're not getting relegated purely because there is some dross underneath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't pick up wins here and there just by default because you're better than the other team.
Some awful sides in this.
It's some awful
sides. But ultimately, I was saying this today at work. I said, listen, my main focus ultimately is Europa. That is the number one. I said, focus on that. But unsure. Oh, one thing before we move back to Liverpool, I want to shout out Lenny Yoro. And I'm loving how Amorim is slowly getting him back into fitness. I think every time he's come on a few times in the last few games, he's been nothing but solid. Last minute tackle against Núñez.
I'm sorry, that last challenge.
Fantastic.
That took me back to the days of John Terry, of Sol Campbell.
It's the start, man.
Just get into him. Just get into him, lads. Oh, brilliant.
Also, referee, Howler, how is Maguire making a clean tackle and he gets a yellow card? But I digress. I digress.
But at some point, we have to discuss the refereeing this week because it was horrific. It was horrific.
It was, Oscar, let's call it what it is. It was corrupt. It was corrupt.
Even I tell Peter this all the time, yeah. When we get refereeing decisions in our favor, I'm like, yo, that decision is crazy. It's gonna come back. We're gonna get ours, and we're gonna be livid.
It's corrupt, guys. The football's corrupt.
The one from our game, I was just like,
it's a corrupt sport. It's a freaking corrupt sport.
But yeah, ultimately, I just want to say, like, well done, lads. You didn't look like idiots at Anfield. You got a point. Can we please start something? That is all.
AD, any concerns going for the rest of the season? Just to wrap up.
No. I think although we could have obviously laid a marker down and had an even firmer grip of the league title, ball's still very much in our court. This side is still showing us that they're more than capable of getting this league over the line. It just would have been nice. It just would have been nice to have won the league. But obviously, I hate Man United's, more than anything. You know what I mean? So this is the game that you want to lay a marker down. They've been in bad form. You go and you give them a good seeing to. However, it's not all doom and gloom. Let's sort of look at things holistically. We're the same now as we were sort of last game week. So yeah, man, I'm still really, really optimistic that we can also get this league over the line. But what I will say is, just in moments like this, I just want to see us smack it up. That's basically it.
I've met some Scousers today. Yeah, they are fed up with Darwin Núñez. I was very happy. I was very, very happy to hear that news.
I think it's them ones where sometimes the players just simply not. It's just simply not fit. It's just simply not fit for a club. And I think with the way, what's almost sort of sealed these. In fact, and this is almost credit to Arne Slot, right? Typically, when a manager comes in, there's winners and there's losers. It can be 50-50, 40-60, 70-30, whatever the split is. I think in this Arne Slot appointment, it's been 99.9% winners, and I think the odd one out is unfortunately Darwin Núñez, which is a shame because even the whole chaos element's completely gone. Now with the way Slot wants things played, Darwin's not even in behind anymore. It's very much sort of dropping deep, stitching play up, sort of ball into feet, and it's just not his game, unfortunately. So I think it's best for all parties. We shake hands, go and tear it up in the league, or go to Atletico Madrid or something. But unfortunately, Darwin, I was his biggest fan. I was his biggest advocate, and I still see a potentially world-class striker in there. But unfortunately, it's not going to be for Arne Slot's Liverpool, and that's just the reality. Because it's like, before, when he used to come on, I used to be concerned about his goal ratio. I used to be excited. I used to think he's got something to give us. And now I just feel sorry for the guy. It's like, but the funny thing is, the sad thing is, he's still busting his backside. There's a time where look at him running back, and I look at Trent running back, or Trent. Sorry, excuse of getting back to defend. So he's a nice, honest lad. But yeah, I think no, it's true. It's just like
it's just a statement.
When you start talking about your strikers' defensive work,
I know, it's over.
His winning duels, running back, tracking back. I said, when I'm hearing that,
it's over.
It's over.
Not a 9.
You're on borrowed time. You're on borrowed time. Unfortunately. So, and also, so just to wrap up, it's like I just feel sorry for the guy. It's like when he like misses or something doesn't go his way, it's like his shoulders are hunched. It's like he's got this weight of expectation on him, and it's just not good to see, man. Just put the dog out of his misery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think as much as Trent has got all the criticism for this game, one thing I did notice about that yesterday, and I think I've noticed it generally, Salah doesn't do anything to protect that boy. So as much as the criticism, like, or like we're criticizing Darwin Núñez because he tracks back, we're talking about other elements of the game, blah blah blah. Salah does not do niche for Trent, and I think United targeted not only Trent but just targeted that right hand side because they knew they weren't getting legs from Salah. They knew they weren't going to get any legs from Salah as well. So anyway, let's move it along. Let's
talk about another draw, shall we? Let's go.
Which one?
Listen, David, just when I thought I was out, Liverpool pulled me back in because the draw that Liverpool got on Sunday, I felt a lot better after because Saturday night, Sunday, I was spitting. And then after the Liverpool result, I was like, cool. Like AD said something earlier today that's I thought in my head I knew, but I didn't really know until when you said it was kind of a revelation. But every time we've dropped points, or every time Liverpool have dropped points,
you drop points.
You know what I'm saying? We've done the same, and it's always been like I always, there's a lot of people who feel like we should be capitalizing on Liverpool's drop points, right? And I totally understand all of that. But I always feel like it comes from a sense of Liverpool seem to draw the game after us, or if Liverpool drew earlier and then we drew second, it's like, well, at least they drew. They didn't win the game. I can't remember when you lost to Forest. I can't remember what our weekend was that weekend. But like, I just always feel like this thing is still within reach. Like Liverpool might think they've got the grip on the title, and it may be theirs to lose. But
6
I'm still
points,
looking at
one game in hand.
now, right? We've done. Yeah, I don't care about games in hand. I've said this for the 20 million.
No. I'm just going through my head the math.
I had an argument with Sharon yesterday, right? Because he was giving it, 2 games in hand, this, that, and the other. I said, bro, points on the board. Don't give me games in hand. Don't tell me that Man United are going to get beat today because the game ain't kicked off.
Pete, what's the points on the board now in terms of the gap between Arsenal and Liverpool?
6.
I think it's 6 points.
So on the 4th of December, that gap was 6. Liverpool's quote unquote game in hand. We don't want to count it, but 6 with the extra game. Yeah. That was on the 4th of December. Since then, Liverpool drew against Newcastle on that day. They then drew the next game against Fulham. Yeah. They then won a few, and then they're back again drawing against Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
So they have been, again, like you just mentioned it.
Ironically, what was the narrative back in December, back then, by the way? Remember when I was having to back the team then? What was the narrative?
What was the narrative?
The narrative, man, was saying the league's done. I'm sitting there thinking we're not even halfway in the stage yet. And I said, I
don't know who said that then.
Oh, you don't know that I said that then?
I said, I don't know.
He did say it.
A
lot of people said it. I said I think the league's done. I said it. I can say it.
Everyone said it was done.
Yeah, people did.
Everyone was saying it was done because there was no City. City was not going to be there because if anything, they
I don't think people were saying the league was done.
My God. Okay. Then.
No, I said it. From that point, it would have been a bottle game.
Yeah, but
no. After the City game, I said that if we fail to win the league from this point, we've bottled it. Simple as.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with that, but that's not league is done.
Is it not?
We had an argument afterwards. On top of that,
we had a full-on argument. I remember that.
So people were saying the league is done, and Liverpool have then dropped points in 3 separate games, and Arsenal haven't closed the gap at all. Is that not worrying?
No. It's like if Liverpool won those 3 and Arsenal won the 3, it's still 6-point gap. You wouldn't say anything then.
But then you would have done all that you could do.
No, but it's December. It's January the friggin' 6th, man. It's January.
Anyway, and let's get onto the game.
We're 6 points behind in January.
Let's get into the game, yeah.
Flipping hell.
We're not winning the league playing like that. I can assure you.
Absolutely not.
Sure. No, I can assure you. We're not winning the league playing
performances
like
are they're hacking me off at the minute.
It is garbage.
Hacking me off.
And this is why I don't get too high on the 3-1 against Brentford, because I know these guys are inconsistent, bro. I don't know which Arsenal I'm going to get, bro.
That's fair. Last 11 games, I think we've won 6, drawn 5.
It's like, bro, you go and slap Brentford. We've got a goal, and then put these men to bed.
Mm.
And
would you say that?
Go on,
sorry to interrupt. I was going to say, would you say that Brighton were more up for the game than Arsenal?
BS. No, Brighton were there to be beaten. BS.
No.
The thing is,
Brighton were there to be beaten in the first half.
David, you know this full well, right? Between Arsenal and Liverpool, we're the two best teams in the country.
Yeah.
Two best teams in the country. I don't care what anyone has to say about Forest or Chelsea or whatever. But Arsenal are not playing the way they normally play. Okay,
serious,
and we haven't done it all season, which is the concern, which is a worry. But when you look at what was I going to say? Do you know what I genuinely am starting to think though, David? Especially you see this month of January, we've got 5 home games in 15 days, right? I don't think we're going to have 11 players to field in February when we play Man City.
5 in 15.
Bro, that's just home games, by the way.
Hold on.
That's just home games.
5 in 15. Bloody hell.
You're right. Stay right there on that point.
That's a game every 3 days.
Yes.
Stay right. No.
I am working my nuts off in January.
Let's stay right there on that point. What is one of the main things I've always complained about Arsenal over the years, even under Wenger? What is the one department that I've been saying that needs to be sacked?
Medical.
The medical department.
Medical
department. I've been consistent with this one over the years. Keeping players fit is part of the game. As people are taking the mick last about set pieces being part of football, your physios, Brad, keeping man them fit is part of football. And what inability to do it. One season we went and challenged for the title, bro, when everyone stayed fit, no injuries. But once again, Saka injured. Now when Cherries got muscle injury. Bro, we got nobody.
Yeah, but I think
It's
honestly,
all part of the game.
I think we're playing too much football. These players are done. You watched us against Brighton, yeah? Against Brighton, here's the truth of the matter, David. I don't know what you think. But for the first time, and anybody else who watched the game, this Arsenal were just knackered.
That's why I asked you.
Because even when the players came on, was it like Odegaard looked like death when he came on?
Apparently they said they were ill.
Well, yeah, but like, okay, so they're getting run to the ground, right? And honestly, not just Arsenal. This won't just be an Arsenal thing. Other clubs are going to get it too. But I genuinely think there's so many games. So because the FA Cup, for example, is this weekend, we've got midweek football, Premier League action, right? Like we've never had the FA Cup third round like this before, right? We've never had the Premier League on a midweek. We got Tottenham Hotspur on Wednesday, next Wednesday, after having Newcastle, then Man United, then Tottenham, then Villa. Yeah, like it's frigging crunch time at the moment. And honestly, like if Liverpool remain like kind of not injury free, because obviously they've had their knocks and stuff, but if they can relatively be like above Arsenal in terms of injuries, mate, like
win them, bro. Look at the front five. Look at the front five. Everyone is fit.
But you know what I'm saying?
It's are fit, bro.
These boys, but David, I don't think it's even a medical or fitness issue. We have played too many games. These players have played too many games. I will say this though. The question is, okay, why do we not have a big enough squad, right, to rotate and X, Y, and Z? We had Vieira, we had Smith Rowe. You know what I'm saying? We had players at the camp where you thought, okay, look, we can rotate this, that, and the other. Will we bring in players in January? I hope so. Let's wait and see. But, bro,
Rainbow Oscar.
Guy, bro.
As we are, David, we're shattered, bro. And watch us be.
But that's what I was asking you. Do you feel like Brighton were in the game? That's why, because I felt like they looked like they were more on it.
It depends what you mean. The first half we should have been out of sight.
We didn't step on the gas once.
We didn't step on the gas once. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brighton. I think Brighton like probably earned a draw. But even then, bro, I kid you not, Robin. I looked at this Brighton side. I thought there's something wrong with Brighton. They can't score to save their lives, right? Or they can, but like they're not scoring in this game. And the only way they were going to score in this game was
Taylor,
shenanigans like this.
Anthony Taylor,
because the freaking the headbutt.
Here we go. Is it a pen? Is it a pen?
Never in a month of Sundays.
Listen.
Never in a month of Sundays with a 50-50 header, clash of heads, gone to a penalty. Do you know how ballsy that move is?
I will say, yeah. This is why I get annoyed with Arsenal.
It will never happen again as well.
When you don't put man,
David, why do we keep getting red cards for incidences that never happen again? That will never be sent off again. We've seen players kick balls away. We've seen players tap balls to the side. We've seen it ever since then, right? And we've never seen it. Right? Why are we getting it? Somebody was bringing back up. So I was watching a lot of Arsenal content this week, and somebody was bringing up, you remember that time when Martinelli got sent off at Wolves because he got a yellow for the first foul that he didn't even know he had. Then he got a second yellow. He got sent off. It's a load of nonsense. It's a load of nonsense. The Trossard, Declan Rice, the lot. I said last season, right? I remember I spat blood last season at Newcastle because we have VAR, but they could not determine whether or not a ball was out of play, right? And gave Newcastle a goal. And obviously, Gabriel got absolutely hacked in the penalty area anyway, and they still gave the goal. I was fed up then.
But the ball was in play, though.
Say that again?
The ball was in play. It wasn't in play.
No, with this though, I can't lie. I've watched it multiple times, and I'm still like, he comes in late,
bro. He
comes in late.
What are we talking?
I don't care.
But it's a 50-50 ball. If that makes sense, I was like,
it's a clash of heads. It's not a headbutt. He got sent. He got given a penalty for a headbutt.
Yeah,
it's not a headbutt. It's not a headbutt. It's a clash of heads.
You don't see penalties for things like that.
I heard from Dammit Gallagher today. I'll tell you, you want to hear something new?
What, that bold git? What did he hear from him?
The ball came to Saliba. What are you talking about?
What did he say? Sorry?
Saliba
didn't win the ball. The ball came to Saliba.
Yeah, no, I agree with that still.
Oscar, stop. You're winding him up. We need points. We need Peter. We need your point.
Guys, listen, the minute it happened, I knew it was going to be given. It's Anthony Taylor. I told you this.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was sure because it took a bit. He was like,
he waited to see the
never seen it before.
The moment it happened, I knew he was going to give it, bro.
Because he stopped and paused, and he was like,
I was like, yeah, it's Anthony Taylor.
I think where the issue lies is that it genuinely does look like João Pedro is moving to get on the end of the first flick
because he couldn't control the ball. By the way, let's point that out because he couldn't control the ball. Yeah, or we was going to dismiss that. Did I not see João Pedro last week? Yeah. Attempt to elbow a player.
Yeah, he didn't even been on the field.
What did the FA? What did the VAR say?
No, guys, that was disgraceful.
That was attempted murder. And it's genuinely, if he connected, it would have been game over.
Bro, we watched João Pedro at the Emirates. We're talking about the same teams here. João Pedro at the Emirates hoofed the ball like he was doing a 5-yard friggin' like a try. Right, a conversion kick. Sorry, and we watched him last week. He wanted to kill someone. He literally swiped.
Nah,
you lot are having a friggin' lovely thing.
When you watch it back, João Pedro heads the ball clearly so that he can run on to the end of it, and as he's about to run, Saliba's head just knocks him out. Like it is.
He bought that penalty.
They both go for the header.
I don't think João Pedro even knows what's going on. I don't think he bought the penalty.
He got head butted, then he went down.
He might be concussed, David.
Now hold on. Someone asked the question. Yeah.
I didn't even check any of their conditions.
No. But this is what I'm saying. I think Lee brought this up. Yeah. If Saliba had gone down, what is he doing in that situation?
Yeah. Ironically.
No. So you see how João Pedro went down. If Saliba did the same thing, what happens?
Probably stops play.
If they both went
down,
yeah, but you'd still give the penalty because it's Saliba that's gone into.
I don't know,
It's not because when we say clash of heads, you act like two people have gone up for the same ball. No, Pedro's won the header, and then Saliba's head.
Rewind that sentence. You're going on like two people went for the same ball. Say that again. Say that again.
You're going on like two people went for the same ball.
What did Saliba do? What did Saliba do
Hold
then?
on.
What ball was Saliba going for?
Hold on, let me land. Pedro has won the header, then it's hit off Saliba's head, and then Saliba's head butted Pedro.
Head butted, yeah?
You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. The top 4 podcast, Oscar says it was a headbutt. Fine, we'll move on.
No, I didn't say that.
You called it a headbutt. We'll move on. Don't sit here discussing refereeing decisions. At the end of the day, we were piss poor. But guess what, guys? Two things can be true. The referee is costing us football matches for 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
For 2 seasons, and I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear other football club fans moan about Arsenal fans moaning about referees. Okay, we can, because it's not. Is it costing you lot games the way it's costing us? No, I'm not seeing it cost you lot matches after matches after matches, title race matches. Okay, it's a scandal. It's a frigging scandal. João Pedro shouldn't even been on the pitch on that day because he went to kill someone at whatever ground they were playing at. So I don't want to hear none of it.
He actually should be done for attempted murder.
We're gonna watch another headed collision, and the referee not send off nobody, because once again we get bent over for whatever reason for a decision, and we see the same act happen over and over again, and nothing's gonna happen. I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of it, and I said last season I don't want to be talking about this sort of stuff. Right, I don't want to talk about any of this sort of stuff because I'm sick. Because the football is bent. Referees are bent. Referees corrupt. They're all corrupt. They're all bent. So I don't want to talk about referees anyway. Right. At the end of the day, did Arsenal deserve to win? Yes, because the penalty should have never been a penalty. So let's end it 1-0 and get the hell out of Dodge.
When people are like, "Oh, you know, Arsenal were back," look, Arsenal weren't great, but neither were Brighton. Like
we didn't deserve a draw in that manner.
Yeah, Brighton didn't deserve to get back into the game. Arsenal would deserve to be 1-0 up, and Brighton didn't do much to get themselves back into the game.
Also, Oscar, sorry, something else has come up. The bookings we're getting for time wasting in the first half. Are you joking me?
Yeah, you were taking a mate. Oh.
Oscar, are you serious? You think Arsenal are time wasting in the first half? Do you actually think that?
PR.
Oh my God! Oh my God! So you're telling me if we want to take a free kick or a set piece or a throw in a certain way, the way we want to throw in, huh?
Who got booked for the throw in? Because there was something took an hour.
1 year we got booked.
An hour to take a throw in. Get on with the flipping game.
Now, here's my issue.
Listen, if you can call it time wasting, if there is players that are there showing for that ball, for that throw in, or if you want to if we've got the lineup of the free kick ready and everything else like this, right? We can talk about it time wasting. You're not time wasting in the first half, blood, because we ain't got players in the positions or we ain't got somebody receiving the ball. When I saw the referee, because that's why Timber didn't play today, Saturday, because he got booked in the other game for time wasting on a throw in. And it was his 5th yellow card. I think he's not even played 15 games. How has he got 5 yellow cards already? Yeah. For what? You know what I'm saying? And on one hand, I was a bit like, Arsenal, get it together. At the same time, though, these bookings for a yellow card, for whatever it was, for time wasting, is an absolute nonsense. Not in the first half. What are we time wasting for? It's not like when I see Onana or when I see Nick Pope at the Emirates when they sit on the ball for 15 seconds.
No, it's not Pickford settings, but we're a bit close, bro. I'm like, come on. No, and here's my point. Here's my point.
Throwing in a free kick.
Here's my whole point over the time wasting thing. It just, bro, put these man to bed. We don't need to be wasting time with these dibby guys, bro. We should have won that game, bro.
Facts. But like,
we were winning it.
And then
let's remove the refs, because I think you have a legitimate case to be annoyed about that penalty and what's gone on there. But in terms of the actual game, obviously we know Saka's a big miss, but then Nwaneri coming off at halftime as well meant you had to bring on a player like Odegaard to sort of add some sort of creative impetus into that front line, because goodness me, it's bleak. Trossard, Martinelli, Jesus can't really do much by himself. I feel like there's a comfortability in teams defending that front line. Like what,
bro?
There's no fear factor.
It's scary hours, bro.
We're cooked, man. We're cooked at the minute. And that's just a matter of the case, bro. We're literally the players haven't got any more left. And I think, you know, if you see us not win the next 3 games because they're so thick and fast, bro, it would not surprise me in the slightest. If Man United got a result on the Sunday, who we got next week? Tomorrow we got Newcastle in the cup. Like, if Newcastle get a result against us, wouldn't surprise me. If United got a result, wouldn't surprise me, because we are shot to pieces. We're absolutely on the floor. And Mikel needs to do something different just to kind of, okay, here's the situation we're at, because we've got no Saka. Saka and Havertz are our only goal scorers, really. Yeah. So if Saka's out and you got Havertz, you got to make Havertz, Jesus, Odegaard, you got to make that work. Because guess what? Newsflash, David, we're not going to get goals from Martinelli or Trossard at this moment in time.
No, do you know what he needs to do?
We haven't had it for a bit. So
you know what he needs to do? He needs to revert back to 2022, 23.
And just let the guns go.
It's not working, bro.
The thing is, when we saw the midfield, I was with Michael watching the game, and we saw the midfield on the starting 11, and Michael was pointing out, he said, yo, the midfield is looking scary, because he said Marino, Jorginho, and Rice, who's the attacker? And I was like, boy, we're just hoping when Yeri probably tucks inside, makes something out of something. And he did. Credit to him, he did. But I think we should change the formation. I think we should even change the formation a bit and just go like, even if we went 4-4-1-1 or 4-4-2 and have Jesus and Havertz. Like,
bro, we need the way, bruv, I need my wing fullbacks to overlap, bro. We're not creating space, bro.
That looks instructional to me. That looks like an instruction by Mikel, if I'm honest.
What are we thinking about Calafiori with the
Cala Fantastico, Cala Magnifico?
I don't think he's been bad.
No, I don't think he's been bad.
I don't think so. It's just because we're not flowing, everyone's singling him out.
Nah, guys.
I think
bro, we've had bad defenses, bro. He's not one of.
By the way, the defense. Sorry, Oscar. Before you come in, the defense gives me hope. When I think about Arsenal and Liverpool, if there's one thing Liverpool taught me on Sunday, Jesus, get out of their defense and you can win something. So I'm leaving them scot free. Even Thomas Partey.
Arsenal have the best. Arsenal have the best defense in the league. But when you have injuries,
the world,
then. All right. When you have injuries to players like Ben White and Timber, or Timber was suspended, it means you're not playing natural fullbacks, right? You've got Partey on one side, and then you've got Calafiori on the other, which those guys, they're not coming forward and overlapping with the wingers. So your attacking play is hindered. Every good team is thriving on their fullbacks, adding to their attack. Like, it just doesn't happen with Arsenal. And when it comes to Calafiori, as we saw against Brentford, sometimes, you know, you might fall asleep there. Let some Buemo in, and there you're behind. So I feel like this it's just it's the wrong time. Like, his first season in the league, he's throwing in left back, and he's not performing like a top left back should in a title challenge. So it's harsh. But
and also as well, I think with Calafiori, I think when you look at what he represents in terms of his outlay, his position, and then this universal bluntness of this attacking Arsenal attack, you then think to yourself, well, hang on a second, that, what was it, 35, 40 million quid?
I think so.
How much well better spent would it have been if we used that to bolster that front line? Because ultimately, Arsenal have like, what, 4 or 5 fullbacks. You know, Oscar didn't even mention Tomiyasu. So I think that's maybe part of the.
There's a reason
not the pylon, but that's part of the negative feeling around Calafiori, because you look at him and you think, what could have been, and how could have Arsenal have used that money better?
And my final question on Arsenal would be: are you guys signing an attacker in January?
Don't know.
If it's no, then kiss goodbye to any league title.
Yeah, Saturn has to give.
Kiss goodbye.
The way we're playing,
I think we got the squad. Honestly, I think we've got the squad to win this league title. Something within our squad needs to change first, because you bring in a striker. Even if you bring in a striker tomorrow, you tell me how many chances did Gabriel Jesus have on Saturday?
No, but it's not.
That's
for
what
me,
it's about,
for me,
bro. Because Oscar,
for
you
me-
can have Haaland up front, and remember I've been talking this about Man City for a while. Why their players don't give Haaland the ball blows my mind. But what I've seen Savinho been doing lately, I'm thinking, geez, there you go.
Whip.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
I've not watched City's games. I've not watched them, so I'm not going to film. But I'm assuming they've gone. I don't know if you have watched highlights. They've gone back to
played Leicester and West Ham. No, they played Leicester and West Ham.
No.
That's all.
But obviously, they weren't scoring goals in terms of how they're playing. I don't know if they've gone back to their old ways of stretching the pitch out and giving man them space to work in it. We're not giving ourselves that space to play them combinations because everyone's inverting, bro. It don't matter who's playing, bro. You can't keep playing. We're gonna encounter low blocks every time, bro.
Hey, David, you make a good point because of the 4 or 5 or 6 fullbacks Arsenal have, I'll even throw in like Lewis Skelly and Zinchenko into that. You've not got one that could go on the overlap, convince. Okay, maybe Ben White, but you know what I mean. Like that's not a natural part of the game. Probably the only one is probably Tierney, and he's like a relic of the past now. Like he's not even in for contention. That's actually a good observation. Yeah, there's not one traditional chalk of the boots fullback Arsenal possess.
Because what we're relying on is playing outside, like in that middle. In the opposition middle third, just before you get to 18-yard box, and inviting defenders to come out of their thing. Now, what happens when they don't do that? You're gonna have to figure out another way, and then we have that arc of frustration, and your fullbacks are flipping inverted, bro. Nah, blood, you need to go create the space yourself, bro.
I'd love that we didn't. I wish we didn't have so many games close by because I genuinely think Mikel would have had the boys in the training ground and thought of a new way to win football matches, a new way to score goals. But the fact that these games are thick and fast, there might be a lot of rinse and repeat. What we've got, because you know what's funny? You have a Brentford away performance, you got a Crystal Palace performance, but then in between those, you know, you got that Brighton performance. There is that Ipswich performance. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it just feels like we're gonna have to just ride January out. And hope for the best because they're thick and fast. These games.
I remember we've got Champions League games coming up on top of that, bro. It is
good thing is they're both at home. I see us. Well, no, actually, no, that's not true. We've got Dynamo Zagreb at home, and then we've got Girona away. I think we're safe in the top 8. I think we're safe in the top 8.
How many points have we even got, bro?
Don't get me wrong. Everyone's on like the same points anyway. So
it's what I'm saying.
It could change very quickly.
Very quickly, bro.
Anything last on this game before we move on?
No, other than the 1-1. Once it got to 1-1, I think it was.
Yeah.
Meh.
I'll let you know now. Yeah, we're on 13. Liverpool are the only ones who are safe. Liverpool, maybe Barca. The rest of us,
Barca's safe. Yeah.
I say we're safe because we've got Dynamo Zagreb and Girona. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
but what I'm saying, if let's say all the rest of everyone else wins their games, I don't know if
it comes to goal difference,
and it comes to big man.
The goal difference could hurt us. We have to score some goals. We beat Sporting 5. We gave Sporting 5.
When's your next game?
What, Champions League? I think it's 22nd.
End of January, yeah.
There's 2, so it's 22nd and 29th.
Champions League football in January.
Yeah, don't stop. There's no more break.
Woke nonsense.
Which is why we were saying, do you want to finish in the top 8? Because if you don't, guess what? You got 2 more games.
There's 2 more.
Too much. The group stage is in January. You lot are sickening.
But bear in mind, that's 4 extra games that didn't even exist last year. 4 extra games that didn't exist because you got the 2 in the group and you got the 2 knockout games. It's ridiculous.
To be fair, that's what everyone was saying. Everybody in the summer was saying we need more games. So
that was the European club being greedy.
Nobody said it, Adrian.
Oh, all right. All right.
Right now, David, if we end up outside that top 8,
bro, it is
we're in big trouble.
We're in big trouble. You do not want that, bro. It finished. Now imagine we get to League Cup. It's gonna be a farce in the League Cup final. Yeah,
I need you man to deep this. Yeah, it's game week 21 in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Have a think about that. By January 6th, we're heading to game week 21.
Yeah, it's not normal, is it? We're not normally.
That's not normal. That's not normal. plus extra Champions League. Champions League. We've got Carabao Cup, FA Cups this weekend. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
After the Euros, by the way, after friggin' Euros tournament.
Oh, God heal.
No wonder Saka broke down.
And then you got the Club World Cup in the summer. So
yeah, but only big teams own that. Only big teams own that.
Listen,
fastball teams are in it. There's fastball teams in it.
If you mind that, I'm taking my academy players, bruv.
Chelsea play football 8 hours away from where they are, and they're in the Club World Cup this year. Nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea can get away with it because they've got a big squad, and so.
Oh yeah, big squad.
What are they doing in the competition? Is my question.
Big squad height.
In the conference, I think they're top. But yeah, let's go.
You're damn right they're top. 1-1, another draw.
Guys,
against this time against Crystal Palace. Oscar, Nicholas Jackson is the first question I have for you.
I'm losing it. I'm losing it.
We had ample opportunity.
Guys, it was no. Before we get onto this specific game this weekend, guys, we were plain sailing. We were slapping Aston Villa 3-0. We went to Tottenham, went 2-0 down, no problem. Here's 4. Take 4. We're slapping teams, yeah? We get to the back end of the year. People are thinking about Christmas. I say, cool. We've got Everton, we've got Fulham, we've got Ipswich, and then Palace. Just win the games.
Light work.
Man, they were asking me, are you in a title race? I was doing...
sipping that tea, boy.
Little horse, don't pressure me. Because I thought big games were coming. I thought, later on, City's coming. Liverpool's coming. Arsenal's coming. Tough games were coming. This run of games, guys, 4 games, 2 points. 2 out of a possible 12. This guys, the past 2 weeks has been disgraceful. And now...
Adrian, what did I tell you?
Wait, relax. Because it's not.
It came sooner than I thought.
It's not. How can I put this? It's not throwing my predictions for this season into disrepute. I always say that I felt like Chelsea have the squad to get top 4 and should be winning a trophy at the end of the season. That will not change.
But yeah,
however,
trophy being what, the Europa Conference
League. It was always those two. And FA Cup can get involved as well. However, what has taken place over the last 2 weeks has drastically shifted where I think Maresca can get the best out of some of these players, because we've had a lot of injuries that have just completely shattered our sort of makeup in terms of the way that we play, the team that we are. Our defense, goodness me, Fofana down, Badiashile down. He's bringing in 18-year-old Josh Achempong to partner Levi Colwill at centre back. That's just the dire straits that we're in as a club right now.
That's blind leading the blinds, literally.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense.
I don't know how you're there. I'm genuinely don't know how
bro, it all came so sudden, Robin. It all came so sudden. We were
Oscar, you know what I heard? Oscar, guess what I heard?
What's that?
I heard that you were looking to recall Chalobah, a man who you froze out the squad.
Yeah,
and I'm banning to Crystal Palace in South London.
That's the reports coming out from what's my man Fabrizio Romano today, is that Chelsea looking to sign a centre back in the January window, and we've looked at Palace ironically because that's the team we just faced. So Chalobah on a recall potentially. Mark Guehi is also in conversations with maybe Chelsea going to put in a bid for him. So it's clear the Fofana injury seems like it's going to be longer than first anticipated. I think at first they thought it was going to be a couple of months. Now we're a couple of months in and he's not fit. So they're expecting it to be longer. So
Oscar,
yeah.
I'm fair for the boy, man. Like, if
it's over. It's over. Where's he Fofana?
I swear they said to the end of the season.
That's what Maresca said. Yeah, that's what Maresca said.
I feel for him. He's cooked, man. He's so cooked.
The guy hasn't played football for like 4 years. I mean,
it's what Ledley King vibes, yeah.
Even I'm sure Ledley played more than him.
Yeah, I'm sure King used to get like 17 a season. He might have got like a 26 1 year. You know what I mean?
Ledley would come in for the big games. They give him an injection.
Yeah. He'll be doing his swimming and his cycling, and then he's ready for Chelsea at the bridge. You know what I mean?
Fofana has years out, like years. But okay, let's get into the football. I'm seeing the comments want me to talk about the football right now. Assad says, Oscar, I'm sorry, but the last 3 games have undone all of Maresca's good work. This Palace game in particular, I think Chelsea have to look at the players that were on the pitch, because Nicholas Jackson did not take his opportunities. Pedro Neto is out there like Speedy Gonzalez. He's just running around and not really creating much. And we're relying on Palmer to do something special to get us a goal. Chelsea should have been 3 goals ahead in this Palace game. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Jackson had many an opportunity, but he turned into the Jackson of last season, where we've gone 1-0 up. The ball falls to him in different places. He can't shoot with his left foot. He takes a touch when he shouldn't take a touch. He has opportunities where he just doesn't put enough power into the shot. And you're thinking, man, if I just had a serious 9, I'm home free. However, once it gets to that point where you haven't converted your chances and the game is turning, just like the game turned against Fulham and just like the game turned against Everton, when you can see the current team on the pitch is not going to win you the game, Maresca has to make the changes, and he doesn't do it. Like everyone talks about Chelsea having this big squad. You would never know it watching our games, because we play one way. We play the way that we're starting the game is the way we will finish the game. There's no tactical shifts or changes that mean we can shore things up and become a little bit more compact. We play the same way. This gung-ho, we're always trying to score. And it leaves us open. Every single game of the last 4, in the second half of the game, the other team has just grown in confidence and has the opportunity to score a counter-attack against us. It's like, why are we so easy to play against? I don't understand how that has shifted. Tahar talks about Maresca not making subs until the 81st minute. That is an issue. What's also an issue is when it is the 81st minute, he makes 1 sub or 2 subs at most. Like, he doesn't ever try to change the game. And I don't know if he is trying to send a message to the board to basically say that these players aren't the players that I want. Maybe go and get me new players. You know, the decision to play an 18-year-old at centre-back at Palace was particularly interesting, considering you had Tosin and Disasi on the bench, but you played an 18-year-old instead. That's wild to me. So the fact that he chose to do that has to be called into question. You know, this kid, Josh Achempong, very, very good player. He was our best player on the day, but he's 18. It feels like you're sending a message to the board to say, get me a striker, because I'm going to have to play with an 18-year-old. Tahar saying Josh was good. He was good. That's not the point I'm making. It's the statement about what Maresca is trying to say to the board through playing that player. To me, that's a little bit sus. And whilst Chelsea were playing well, you had players like Nkunku who were on the bench not getting many minutes. You had players like Felix who were on the bench not getting many minutes. Those things are fine when you're winning. Nobody's going to complain. Even the ones that are on the bench can say, fair play. The guys ahead of me are doing the job. Palmer's doing the job. Jackson's doing the job. So I can sit on the bench. When we're not winning, and when we're going to Ipswich and not scoring, and when we're going to, we're playing Everton and not scoring, we're playing Palace and we've only scored 1, you have to look at getting those players in the team, because I get they don't fit the natural system that Chelsea want to play, but there's got to be more than one way of playing. You can't tell me a player of Nkunku's quality doesn't come onto the pitch when we're drawing against Palace. It doesn't make any sense. Felix didn't come on against Everton, didn't come on against Fulham, didn't come on against Palace. Joao Felix. I'm looking at Maresca like, brother, when your system was working and you omitted these players, fair enough. We were winning games. We were scoring a lot of goals. The goals have dried up. Now it's time to make changes in game, and you're reluctant to do it. You don't change things. He said in the press conference this week that, to change a player means either the player is tired or he's doing something wrong. Nobody was doing anything wrong, and they weren't tired, so I kept them on. What kind of nonsense is that? We have a game to win. And I think he's now fallen back on the whole, we were never in a title race thing, to make it seem like, these results are okay. They're not okay. They are not okay. I'm fine with Chelsea dropping points in some of the games, but Palace, Everton, and Ipswich are just not those games. They're not. Chelsea need to win those games in order to get top 4. That's the goal. So, I started saying Poch never went 4 winless, by the way. I couldn't give a monkeys about Pochettino. Couldn't give a monkeys about that. Could not.
Oscar, your next sort of 5 games are interesting, though. Bournemouth at home, Wolves at home, Man City away, West Ham at home, Brighton away.
Yeah, it's higgy. They're not games where I'm looking at, like these are the games that we've just played are the ones where you go, yeah, banker, let's go beat Ipswich, let's go beat Everton, let's go beat Palace. The games coming up, Bournemouth, always tricky. Wolves, new manager, we don't know what we're expecting from them. City, what City are we playing in a couple of weeks? What City are we playing?
And it's away. So, it's almost like it doesn't matter because it's away.
Bro, I write off the Etihad. I write it off. I don't know about you, man. I write it off. So, it's what I was looking forward to when David kept asking me, "Are you in a title race?" When all these guys kept asking me, "Are you in a title race?" I never for 1 second thought Chelsea were in a title race, but I was looking forward to being in May, being 3rd, and having my feet up. You know what I mean? I was looking forward to let me just enjoy the summer. Like, Oscar, I don't want to be there on the last day of the season. Like, I hope we win. I don't want that.
But Oscar, you know that if anybody has dissected the top 4 races well, it's you. And you know it's never top 3 teams clean, home and dry.
No, there's been times, Pete. There's been times where Chelsea finished 3rd, and you're
the connoisseur. You're the connoisseur.
Look,
but you're in the top 4 race. You're not a clear 3rd best team in the league, in my opinion.
But there was a time in the league where we were. Before this run of 4,
maybe.
No, Pete, before this run of 4, we were 2nd. We were above Arsenal.
They were 11 points clear of Newcastle.
Yeah, they were. But what was that? 5 games ago.
We've taken 2 from the last 12.
That's bad.
That's ridiculous.
Hey man,
nobody was seeing that coming. Like,
I did say you would run out of gas. I did say you lot would run out of gas. It came earlier. Let me be very clear.
Bro,
it came
very early. I expected us to run out of gas, Pete. I didn't expect this the winning run to continue for the rest of the season. But bro, at least win 2 of the 4. 2 of the 4 is what I'm asking for.
One of them's relegation, if not 2.
So now we're back where we were at the beginning of the season, where we have to prove ourselves, and every game is a win. My issue with Chelsea is the midfield. We've got Enzo and Caicedo. They both play every single week. Romeo Lavia is in the ilk of Reece James and Fofana. The guy just doesn't ever want to be fit. He just doesn't like. Who knows when we'll see Fofana again? He's back in training. Will he play? I don't know. And I don't think Chelsea are going to get midfield replacement in January. So when you're playing a game like Palace and the midfield is getting ran, and the Palace, they throw on players like no man's business. Hella black man coming on the midfield, and you're just like, rah, we got to deal with this. We got to deal with this now. Energy, yeah. But there's no. All we need is fresh legs. All we need is fresh legs. Maresca makes 1 sub. What are you doing? What are you doing? So my hope is that Chelsea recall Andre Santos. I think I mentioned this on the podcast last week. We've got a player that's playing out in Strasbourg, decent midfielder. Just get him back into the team. Have a midfielder that Maresca trusts to bring on to at least just relieve the pressure from Caicedo. It can't be Caicedo 90 minutes every week. Can't be that. But I don't think we will. I don't think Chelsea will sign a midfielder. I don't think Chelsea will sign in the attacking position. I think we might get a defender in on loan or sign. But yeah, it's Maresca and these players for the rest of the season. So he's got to figure it out because, guys, I'm a fan of Maresca. I'm there. But if he does not make top 4, you know where the door is.
Ciao, amigo.
Ciao, Bella. You know where the door is. You know where the door is. Shout out to Assad said he's already Maresca out. He's lost.
There's quite a few out there, yeah.
There is a few out. There is a few out. I was surprised.
I don't think there's that. I don't think there's that many. But I don't have any ties to this brother. Like, I liked what I was seeing, but if you serve up what you served me the last 4 games, get out. Because a lot of the things are stoppable. A lot of the things are you're looking at him and you're like, bro, you can make changes here to stop the way this game is going. You're not doing it. So, yes, there we go. That being said, the biggest issue was Chelsea missing chances on the weekend. That's cool. And Pete, I don't know if you guys saw this. We'll talk about the refereeing because Chelsea were denied a clear penalty. To the point where
I don't think I saw it.
you know when you just can't believe what you're seeing. You just can't believe it. You're like, oh, okay. So I see Neto get the ball. He's running away from goal, but he's in the box. He gets taken out by Tyreek Mitchell. The game plays on. So I said to myself, I must be tripping. There must have been an edible in my lunch because I've seen something I didn't see. And there's no way I just saw that and it's not a penalty. Surely I've not seen it. They showed a replay. I said, he's taking him out. He's taking him out. Not saying he's got a touch on the ball. Bro, he's got a touch on the ball through Neto. He's taking Neto out. And even after his touch, Neto is still the favorite to get to the ball. It's still within Neto's position. Like, Neto's still running onto the ball and he gets swiped out by Mitchell. It's a foul. It's a penalty. But yeah, I could be here all day.
It wasn't in the highlights.
I beg you just go type in Twitter Neto penalty and see what I see. Everybody stops. All the players, 20 players on the pitch, stop. They look at the ref. The ref says play on. They carry on.
I typed in NE, the first thing, Neto penalty.
Peter,
I'm surprised. I'm watching it now.
That?
I'm watching it now. I mean, Oscar, do you know what though?
No, it's the penalty.
Oscar, I don't think he goes through Neto to get the ball, you know?
No, it's a penalty.
No, I don't think it is.
Oh my God. Are you saying
it's 50-50? No. Do you know what? It's 50-50. If it went either way, I wouldn't be like, oh my God.
You're seeing it. You're seeing it on the watch it in real time, Pete. Scroll down to the one that's in real time. He's absolutely mate.
I thought it was a pen when I first saw it. I was like, yeah.
It looks bad. There's the one in real time. It looks bad.
The one in real time is a joke, Pete. And even after the thing, Neto's still going to be the one to get onto the ball. He's taking him out. It's an absolute joke. Yeah. VAR is just passive, bro. I hate the fact that VAR won't intervene. The same thing happened to us against Ipswich. VAR won't intervene if they think the referee made a mistake. He's made a mistake. Tell him. Hassan says, lastly, Oscar, what does Pedro Neto do? Please enlighten me. He's been a poor signing. Look.
I'll take him if he's available.
I would.
I'll take
guys.
Like, can we debate? Like, is Pedro Neto a myth? Tell you why. This guy's barely got a body of work. But he was injured for like a year at Wolves, by the way. How many Premier League goals has he scored? Like, how good is this guy? Whenever the narrative about Pedro Neto, 60 million, bring to my club. Yeah, go on.
Let's
not do this. 12 Premier League goals in his career.
What?
Okay.
Did you see how he got taken out, though?
Sorry?
He has 12 Hudson-Odoi has more Premier League goals than him.
I thought you said no.
That don't sound right. Hudson-Odoi has more Premier League goals than Neto. Do we know this?
Sean scored like 9 last season, didn't he?
Bro, like when it comes to Neto, yeah, my thing was this, yeah. You know me, I liked Madueke. I never thought Madueke was top tier. I never thought Madueke was world class, but I like the kid. We've signed wingers that are on par with him. They're all having their good day. Sancho will have a good day. He'll then have a rubbish day. Neto will have a good day. He'll then have a rubbish day. The only players we can count on in this team, especially in the attack, is Cole Palmer and Caicedo. Those are the ones that are giving me performances every week. So until I get somebody that will perform every single week, I ain't trying to these players, man. We move, man. We move. Where to next, man?
Yeah, let's do other scores, please. Let's do other scores. As I'll share my screen, just to give you guys a view of what I'm seeing. We start things off. Fulham 2, Ipswich Town 2. Good game of football. What are your teas? No?
I missed it.
I didn't watch it.
Mate, 3 penalties. It was an absolute shocker of a game. 3 penalties on that. Bad result for Liverpool.
Ipswich are getting their points up still. So yeah, no.
Yeah. Newcastle United. Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, did you see Ange Postecoglou's ranting on the touchline?
What's Ange ranting about? Because I swear when he first came to the league, it was decisions go for you, decisions go against you. They're humans. Get over it. That's what he was doing. Now he's complaining about referees.
Oscar, the penalty was a scandal, man. The handball is an absolute joke.
Hey, listen. I would
Listen,
be
mate.
livid if that happened to me.
What's the one? And then didn't Gordon smash into someone? Who was it?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that thing that happened to the handball that led to a goal, I've seen that happen against Chelsea a couple of times.
Guys, you know when you're defending your rifles against a fast decision,
you know you messed up.
These refs are trash.
They are
The
so.
balls are up somewhere.
They need to go in the bin.
In the bin.
Ants can hold that. Ants can hold that. They're humans. They make mistakes. Hold that.
Amanda, I thought I had watching that Spurs Newcastle game. Yeah. Tonali, Guimaraes, Joe Linton. Talk to me, Mandem.
Bro,
we had this conversation last week, didn't we?
Last week, bro.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Okay. So let me go one further then. Is that the best midfield starting three in the league?
Top four. It's a top four.
I don't see one better than them.
And I'm struggling because Chelsea's midfield is pretty good. When you look at Caicedo, I guess Lavia, Oscar, would you say is the other starting if they're all fit?
Guys, sorry to interrupt. There's been a goal at Molineux.
Who's got it?
And it is game, set, and match 3-0 Nottingham Forest.
Tell me it was Taiwo Awoniyi, because he come off the bench at 85 minutes with him and Ward-Prowse coming on. I said, these men are trying to kill.
I believe it is. Awoniyi.
As soon as I saw him come on, I thought...
I just saw the ball go in the net, so I'm trying to see how...
Do you know who had the stinker? Who's had the stinker here? West Ham United, bruv. Why have you let go of Ward-Prowse, blood?
Yeah, letting go of Ward-Prowse was a stink.
He was great last year, to be fair.
Bro,
all right.
He's second, bro. He's second. Where's West Ham? Let's just quickly dash down to West Ham.
Wait there. Let's get there. Let's get in one thing at a time.
Oh, I'm making it flow, bruv. We're talking about Ward-Prowse, where you come from. Oh, they're getting battered, blood.
West Ham get battered. Where West Ham? Oh, hi-oh. Lost 4-1 to Manchester City. You know,
he's getting the sack, bro. You can't keep getting peppered like this. All his defeats are just mad.
I'm surprised he's still in the job, to be fair, because
I'm very surprised he's still in the job.
But I think that's obviously down to who we're gonna replace him with. David Moyes. Get him back on the sheet. Bournemouth 1, Everton 0. Good win again for Areola. Andoni Areola.
I'm hearing Datch is in trouble still.
It's about frigging time. I'll go up to Everton myself with a banner. I'll go out there and put some dice out.
But it's looking techie, bruv. They do not want to go into that new stadium in the Championship. That will be a...
but the Tesco Extra Stadium. I need it in the Championship.
I'm struggling to find.
Dude, I'm that type of guy. When West Ham were about to go down, I said I need that stadium in the Championship. No, but I need.
You're not going to watch a Championship game that Everton play in, are you? In their new ground?
But that's the absolutely not.
Guys,
but I need it.
I think we have to be clear and honest with ourselves. As much as you might think Daesh is getting sacked or whatever, there are just 3 teams in this league that are hell bent on going down, and Everton ain't one of them. Bro, Daesh will get 6 points in the back end of the season, some way, somehow. We know Daesh. We know what he's on.
Are you sure, Oscar? Come on.
Yes, he does it every year.
Come on.
He does it every year.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Just on this relegation thing, what is going to be? Forget Southampton. They're not even on double digits.
Should I go to the table?
What is the lowest? What's going to be the lowest score? The lowest points?
I think it's going to be 30. You know.
Let me give you the table.
Are these men hitting 30? I don't think they're hitting 30, you know.
Nah, Ipswich, I think they could get 30.
I think 30 is the threshold this year.
I feel like we could have a regular season, like a regular relegation team season.
I'm saying Ipswich will go down with 30.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think 18th will finish on 30 points. What I'm saying.
Look at the L column, bruv. Oh my gosh.
Look at Leicester.
I could have sworn Van Nistelrooy won some games. Where have they gone?
Hey,
just
five
No,
L's.
guys, the group chat, I've not seen Rude in a bit. Where you man been? Where you man been? Just for the listeners, yeah. Whenever Leicester win a game or score a goal, Ernest and Robin, Rude. I ain't seen it for a couple weeks, man.
Hey, I only do it when they win. I didn't do it for the goal.
Hey, you ain't done it for a while. I can see
I
5
know.
hours on the screen.
And the next time he wins, you will see the Rude.
It is techie, blood. My
Bro,
God.
techie for them man down there. That's the truth of the matter. I mean, you know, West Ham 14th as well, so like they're not necessarily home and dry. If we were to scroll up a little bit, you know,
Can I tell you who's home and dry?
Hotspur,
Can I tell you who's home and dry? Nottingham
Who?
Forest. They've
Yeah,
achieved.
Nottingham
They've won the game. 40 points. They're not getting relegated, bro. Another season.
phenomenal scenes there.
You're so
Comfortably third in the league. Let's go, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks
Forest
ago, I
comfortably.
was making jokes about getting 40 points. We ain't even got 40 yet. That's crazy.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Forest and Newcastle, the informed team.
Oh, Pete, take the table down. I can't look at it. I can't.
You got to have a look, Oscar. You got to read it and weep.
It makes me sick.
2 points ahead of City. We're finished. We're finished.
All that great. Like, but Peter, we're literally identical. What the heck?
Listen, bro. That's our form. Like,
No,
It's
and this is
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
this is the annoying thing, bro. We drop points at the same time. What the hell is going
I'll
on?
tell you what's escaped me.
They've got Forest next. That's
What's
gonna be a
escaped
good
me is
game.
that they've got Forest next. You know, the reverse fixture you lost at home, so now you got to go to the City ground midweek.
It's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy.
It will not be easy. Newcastle got Wolves, the Arsenal FC, North London derby business, City against Brentford. You know what I'm saying? Who's got Bournemouth? Chelsea. Oh, sizzler. That's a sizzler of a match. But yeah, that is your fixtures this week. Thank you very much, guys, for your participation. We're gonna kick things off with the goal of the week. I'll tell you what, Oscar. Sancho, I can't believe you didn't mention this. But what Sancho did for Cole Palmer's goal, lovely scenes of glorious emotion.
Yeah,
I
fantastic.
got to say, if you guys can name a better one, Gakpo sent Delit to the cleaners. He sent him to the cleaners, and then
I'm sorry. What Lissandro did, that goal was dirty.
Yeah,
It's a great
That goal was
That's my favorite
dirty.
kind of finish. That's my favorite kind of finish.
It was dirty.
I won't front you that. That's one goal. I will. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Just between Martinez and Gakpo, I'm struggling to choose
I think Gakpo just edges it for me. I think
because he sent one to the shops.
He sent one.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, he sent it to the coppers. Did you see him slides?
Yeah, and Gakpo, in fairness to him, the last month he's had has been phenomenal. He's been really good.
He's been very good. He's been very
Very
good.
good.
I'd go with. For me, you guys do that, but I'm gonna back my boy.
No,
he's becoming a father.
Totally. I'm going to go with because that's the thing. Is the goal of the week is it just purely the goal, or is it like everything about it? Is there context to it or not?
Yeah, you can have context to it.
Yeah, because that pass from Fernandes was fantastic, even though Trent was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, because if I was to give it context, I'm going with Martinez purely because it's at Anfield. It's Manchester United who are in dire need and come off the hour, come off the man. You know, if Man United ain't going to get a goal from a centre forward, 'cause I don't think you played a number 9, did you? I think you had a false 9.
Hold on, those playing.
Ireland.
Okay, I'll repeat it again. I think you had a false
That's a fake night. It was a false. It was fake.
Validating my point. Lissandro Martinez pulled up for his team. And so, yeah, I'll go with Lissandro Martinez on context.
Lissandro.
Oscar, who you got? Gakpo?
Yeah, Gakpo for me, man.
David?
Assad says Barkley. I didn't see it.
Oh, it's a cracker. It was a cracker, Assad. Right, it's a cracker. Absolute cracker. Good game, Villa.
Ross, man. We got Rossi.
David, who's yours?
I'm saying Gakpo still. Gakpo.
I guess AD, you going Gakpo?
Yeah, Gakpo, mate.
Cody Gakpo with the goal of the week. Who is the player of the week? Who's the player of the week?
Who's actually played well this week?
Bro, I gotta say, it's that.
No,
I gotta say,
Savinho?
it's that, man.
Oh yes.
Isak, Savinho, yeah.
Savinho was excellent. I thought some of those United players were brilliant. I thought Maguire, Fernandes, Dalot, Ugarte. I think some solid performances in there.
But I will give it to Mbeumo, who got a double, and he got one or two assists. I think he got one assist. Yeah, I mean Brentford slapped Southampton. Wissa player of the week? I'd go more so Mbeumo.
My vote will be Savio.
Savio?
I'm happy to give it to Savio. Happy.
Okay, so
what is that his name?
Well, it's Savinho.
But... Savino. He changes his name every week. I'll be real.
Yeah, I think it's known Savio, but on the shirt it says Savinho. But it's the same
two names.
Crazy teams, you know.
It's like Javinho, isn't it? Nobody and there's no
well, no, but that was ridiculous. Yao Kwasi.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Who are the options?
Well, I've gone for Mbeumo. People have said who else? Sorry guys, what did you say? Who did you guys say?
I said Savinho or Savio, whatever.
My man got 3 assists.
Who?
Yeah, Savio in it.
I mean, Mbeumo got 2 goals. Fair enough.
That's a great game.
I think Savio, just because the run that City have been on to get them back on track. The young kid coming into the team.
That's a great return, man. 3 assists.
Fair enough. Who's the team of the week?
Brentford.
Why? They lost in the midweek.
No, they lost in midweek.
But they won 5-0.
Why do you guys love the midweek?
It's called a week, isn't it?
You can't give it for.
They won 5-0.
You can't go for slapping Southampton that trash.
If not, then it's Man City. But then,
that's another one. That's another one, bruv. Just conceding goals left, right. Just can't stop the leak, mate.
But the rest of if you look at the rest of the league, then it's just like other than this recent Nottingham Forest that won 3-0.
I gotta give it.
Forest cleaned house.
I'll give it Newcastle. The performance I was most impressed with this weekend was Manchester United.
But I'm going. They can't be in it. Newcastle. I'm going Newcastle this week. They beat Tottenham.
Newcastle last. I thought Newcastle count as last week's.
What Monday? Week. What Monday?
Yeah. You did it live. You did the pod already, so that's what I was for.
Actually, yeah,
that's
true.
Good point.
That is a very good point.
It's tough, man. I really want to give it to Newcastle. That's tough.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, winning at Spurs is not a thing, is it? Really?
Gosh! Oh wow!
What do you mean? The 12th.
Winning at the Beyonce Bowl doesn't count for nothing, man.
Spurs have lost 10 games. They've won 7. What do you want from me?
Beautiful stadium, though.
What do you want from me?
I don't know.
What do you want from me?
Some people were in that stadium this week.
Hi. Yeah, guys, let's vote. Come on, let's vote.
I'm gonna give it to the team that did 5, no reply. So yeah, Brentford for me.
Yeah, I'm a second that Brentford as well, man.
I will go I'll go Manchester United. They were really good. They held their own against Liverpool. Most impressive performance for me this weekend.
Yo, breaking news.
What's happened?
So on the Monday Night Football, Jamie Carragher has been reacting to Mo Salah's post on Twitter that I spoke about earlier. The post where he puts a picture of Salah, Trent, and Van Dijk.
Yeah.
And then the quote from Sky Sports is, "I think the other two should take the leaf out of Van Dijk's book," basically saying that Van Dijk showed a bit of professionalism by not using social media or not speaking out. And then Mo Salah has tweeted him basically saying, "I'm starting to think you're obsessed with me."
Gangster.
Official Mo Salah.
Damn.
Gangster.
Oh.
Let's watch this space. This is gonna get spicy. This is gonna get spicy.
Oh.
All right, team of the week is
Wait, that means that the man online then. You know what I mean?
Bro, he's active.
He's
outside.
active, bro.
That's
He's probably got a burner. He's probably got a burner account.
Nah, I
no
can't lie,
signs of smoke.
Bro, Salah just played a game against United. All of the Sky Sports clips, Carragher just chatting. And then again today, more chat. Yeah, man, I'd say the same thing.
Guys, who's not that guy? I mean, Ipswich getting a win. Did Ipswich play? But they didn't play this week, did they? Against Chelsea.
They played Chelsea on Monday. They drew on the weekend.
Was it on Monday?
Yeah, it was the same time as the
Carragher
Newcastle
replied.
game.
Wait, Carragher replied. Wait, did he
replied.
reply on air? Did he reply on air, or did he reply in the
Salah just needs to shut his mouth.
I've got a group chat. It just said, "Wow." I just got updated.
He said,
No, he's tweeted it. He's tweeted it.
He said, "I've always been obsessed with you, Mo Salah. Hopefully that obsession continues next season." Hey yo!
Nah, Carragher, yeah, you chickened out of that one.
Wow. What, my winger getting in Twitter beefs? Could it be me, man?
Oscar, who's not that guy? David, who's not that guy?
PGML, bro, whatever they're
Nick, man.
they got to get all these referees, man, for flip's sake. Oh.
Which ref?
Which ref?
All of
Which
them.
ref?
All of them, bro. Hey, yeah,
They live in the United Kingdom.
David Coote, bruv, all these Kavanaghs, all everyone.
Why is he still getting it?
Everybody. He kicked it off, mate. Now, Nathaniel, that one you've put up here, I need to read up on that one fully, bro, because that is a mad.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I'm surprised, David. You didn't go straight for this.
I've seen this one. I've seen it.
I've not seen this. What's happened?
But okay. So basically, Joe Taylor used to be. She started off. She was a radio host in it. On a dibby vibe. Then she came to prominence when she debuted on Skip and Shannon, Undisputed. You know about them two, they had a falling out a couple years ago. But the manor, her hairdresser, Joe Taylor's hairdresser, has now filed a lawsuit saying Miss Taylor slept her way into her positions and that.
Oh my.
And Skip Bayless apparently offered her money to get some, some dessert in it.
Some service.
Cause
What? Cribulé? What's my dealer with?
Yeah.
Lemon meringue.
You just type in, you'll see the lawsuits on Twitter. I'm not even going to go into detail.
Yeah, just type in Joy Taylor on Twitter.
And at this point, whilst this is happening, she's a married woman, and the executive that she allegedly slept with is also a married man. I mean, it was a bit sticky, bro. So she goes into very detail, but obviously I don't know if it's true. But if it is Joy Taylor, you're not that girl, bro. Sort it out, bro. Bro.
But let's end on a positive. Do you know who is that guy? From what I've seen today, Mr. Tom Holland. Congratulations.
Is he engaged?
He's engaged, my guy. He's Zendaya.
My guy. Straight up.
I can't lie. When I heard the news, I thought their man were already engaged. I was bare shocked.
Come on.
What was an announcement? Was there an announcement?
It was today. It was saying all over. So yeah, congratulations to him, man.
That took a minute, bro. He took his time.
Wagwan Nick, no, McLaren through and through. But I make Formula One content, you see, so I wear all kinds of Formula One content merch. So make sure you come check me, Peter, on Pole YouTube. You done know, and McLaren Fan TV.
Hey, F1 merch is a farce. F1 merch is a farce, mate.
This was like
what? I about the price?
Like 20, 30 bucks. So,
Peter, how much is that tea that you got right now?
I literally just said it.
He's lying.
That's $20.
It weren't $20 bucks. Man.
I got it on sale. Listen, all my F1 merch except my McLaren stuff on sale.
Well, how much is your McLaren stuff?
I'm about to get McLaren Constructors Championship hoodie as well on sale. Boom.
Yo, Oscar, do you know about Emmanuel Ochon? Yeah, you know about my man. Bro.
He's part of
the thing, because obviously.
I saw a meme about him, and it was like Judgment Day, yeah, and there was heaven and hell. And then God said, no, it's not funny to joke about that, but yeah, but I didn't know who it was, but I saw his name in that picture.
Yeah. So apparently, but he's been over to the crib, shoes off.
Shoes off.
Is he married?
No.
It wasn't even just shoes, bro. Socks off. That's
Socks
off. You're there.
Yeah. I mean, if he's not married, then
it's alleged. She was a cop, but the thing is, she's ended up on his show after she got booted off.
It's not, bro. It's not alleged. If there's no socks on, it's not alleged. Until next Monday, guys, we'll be back talking Premier League. We'll be back with FA Cup action. It'll be Carabao and
FA Cup action
next week. So yeah, hopefully we can make it back to fourth round action, and we'll see where the first legs of the semi-finals have gone. Remember, it's Arsenal, Newcastle Tuesday, Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool on Wednesday. So until next week, we'll see you then, man. Peace.
Peace.